Hold up. It's Lil Pac, baby, in the building.
The truth teller in the building.
The pressure bringer in the building.
If you rockin' with Pac,
make some noise. Yeah, if you got your receipts,
put it on the floor.
If you got that truth,
put it on the floor.
If you rockin' with Lil Pac,
put it on the floor.
Hey, 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 hey. One time for the realest, bitch. Two times for the coldest, bitch. Three times for the bossed up, bitch.
Fuck it up.
Yeah, that's Lil Pac, bitch.
One time for Lil Pac, baby.
Let's go.
Two times for Lil Pac, baby.
That's right.
Three times for Lil Pac, baby.
Fuck up.
Fuck it up.
It's Lil Pac,
baby.
Walk in, whole room in a G-shield. Truth talk heavy, she don't ever miss. Stand on facts, yeah, she stand on 10. When Pac touch down, pressure step in. Spotlight glow when she hit that live. Whole chat lit when she drop that vibe. No fake love, only real ones roll. Lil Pac run the scene, that's how it goes. Clock that T receipts on sight. Drop one post on that ignite. Talk that truth, she don't play nice. Put it on the floor, expose that light. Go Lil Pac,
Go Lil Pac, go Lil Pac, go.
put it on the floor, Pac, put it on the floor. Time for the realest,
Bitch,
two times for the coldest,
bitch,
three times for the bossed up,
bitch. Fuck it up.
yeah, that's Lil Pac,
One time for Lil Pac, baby.
hey,
Two times for Lil Pac, baby.
that's right,
Three times for Lil Pac, baby.
turn up,
Fuck it up.
it's Lil Pac, baby. Truth in her voice, yeah, the crowd gon' lean. When she clock them receipts, know she mean what she mean. No cap stories, she dismantle the fake. Every live she hit, make the whole chat shake. From the boot energy to worldwide view. Lil Pac, baby, got nothing to prove. Stand tall, crown never tilt. Pressure too heavy, whole lane get built. Put it on the floor, 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 put it on the floor.
Go Lil Pac, go Lil Pac, go. Receipts on the floor, let's go. One time for Lil Pac, baby. Two times for Lil Pac, baby.
That's right,
Three times for Lil Pac, baby.
turn up.
Fuck it up. It's Lil Pac, baby.
If you want some weird shit, stay away. Stay away from me. Period.
No weapon should profit.
No weapon form is going to prosper.
No weapon form is going to profit. Thank you, Pastor.
And another thing, if you coming with that drama and that negativity, you know what's going on. Stop playing.
Hold up. It's Lil Pac, baby, in the building.
The truth teller in the building.
The pressure bringer in the building.
If you rockin' with Pac,
Make some noise. Yeah, if you got your receipts,
put it on the floor.
if you got that truth,
Put it on the floor.
if you rockin' with Lil Pac,
Put it on the floor.
hey, 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 hey. One time for the realest, bitch. Two times for the coldest, bitch. Three times for the bossed up, bitch.
Fuck it up.
Yeah, that's Lil Pac, bitch.
One time for Lil Pac, baby.
Let's go.
Two times for Lil Pac, baby.
That's right.
Three times for Lil Pac, baby.
Fuck up.
Fuck it up.
It's Lil Pac,
baby.
walk in, whole room in a G-shield. Truth talk heavy, she don't ever miss. Stand on facts, yeah, she stand on 10. When Pac touch down, pressure step in. Spotlight glow when she hit that live. Whole chat lit when she drop that vibe. No fake love, only real ones roll. Lil Pac run the scene, that's how it goes. Clock that T receipts on sight. Drop one post on that ignite. Talk that truth, she don't play nice. Put it on the floor, expose that light. Go Lil Pac,
Go Lil Pac, go Lil Pac, go.
put it on the floor, Pac, put it on the floor. Time for the realest,
Bitch,
two times for the coldest,
bitch,
three times for the bossed up,
bitch. Fuck it up.
yeah, that's Lil Pac,
One time for Lil Pac, baby.
hey,
Two times for Lil Pac, baby.
that's right,
Three times for Lil Pac, baby.
turn up,
Fuck it up.
it's Lil Pac, baby. her voice, yeah, the crowd gon' lean. When she clock them receipts, know she mean what she mean. No cap stories, she dismantle the fake. Every live she hit, make the whole chat shake. From the boot energy to worldwide view. Lupac, baby, got nothing to prove. Stand tall, crown never tilt. Pressure too heavy, whole lane get built. Put it on the floor, 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 put it on the floor. Go Lupac, go Lupac, go. Receipts on the floor, let's go. One time for Lupac, babe. Two time for Lupac, babe. That's right, go. Three time for Lupac, babe. Yeah. What she bring? Fact. What she talk? True. Who they hear? Who they want? Say it loud. Yeah. She don't mum. Stepping in. Home run, no lies. She dismantle. Every word. Hard handle. Receipts up. No stall. Name ring. Head turn. She say it. That's law. Truth hit. Lesson learned. What she do? Break it down. 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 Then what she do? Break it down. No spin talk. No fake sound. She don't whisper. She lay it down. Every claim. She press check. Every lie. She correct. Boot state. Backbone strong. Stand firm. 10 toes on. She talk one. That's final. Lupac voice. Undeniable. Yeah. That's Lupac. Facts only.
Hey y'all, happy Sunday. What is up, everybody? Shout out to y'all. Thank y'all for being tuned in on this good old Sunday, baby. Y'all listen. Ooh, the streets is hot. Okay. Yesterday y'all know I had a pageant for my son. He was an escort, so that's why I wasn't live yesterday. I was trying to do it early, but I was ripping and running, getting some last minute stuff. And then later today, I'm going to the movies with my sisters and see the Michael Jackson movie, y'all. I'm so excited. I love me some Michael, baby. Yeah, so we're going to see that later. So that's why I said, let me hurry up and jump on live. I wanted to do 2, but I might not be able to do 2 unless I do a really late one. But we'll see what happens. If not, it's gonna be tomorrow because I want to break down the different forms of neglect and stuff like that. Court stuff, right? But anyways, y'all, we here because I was supposed to do this live the next day after I did the first one, child. But I've been so busy. But anyways, we're gonna finish breaking these court documents down, and we're gonna talk a little bit about some things that happened last night because Bree did do a live, y'all. And of course, she either deleted it or privated it, but it gave very much crash out. And that's not smart. We're going to talk about why it's not smart. And in my opinion, exposed herself in that live stream. It was something specific that she said. And I was like, oh my God. So I'm going to talk about that a little bit after I, go over the rest of these documents. But anyways, what's up, y'all? Y'all went to church? Did y'all do y'all Sunday dinner? What y'all got going on? What y'all got? Y'all let me know in the chat. But anyways, let me see who we got in here so we can get it started. I got a little bit of time right now before I start getting myself together. Because we ain't going to the movies till like 7 something, I think. I think we're going at like 7 something. Hey, Miss Tracy, look, my green team VIP, period. Miss Dee Dee. We got Shell. We got Miss E. Who else? Shout out to my sis, the real Nene the GOAT, period. Shout out to you and all my other beautiful minds that's in the chat holding it down. We got Tokyo. We got Miss Charlene. We got Miss Dimples. We got Jaisha, Miss Renee, Miss Lolo, Love Cat. We got, I don't know why I thought y'all was the same person. We got Love Cat and then we got Miss Cat. Shout out to both of y'all. No more drama. Miss Cheryl Daggs, my Louisiana sister. Miss Brenda. We got, let me see. You said, man, Lupac don't count. Listen, I wanted to do it last night, but I got back too late, y'all. And I was like, well, it was Saturday, but I don't really like doing those late lives. I don't like doing them. So, it could be a little late, but not too late. If it's anything after 9:45, to me, that's a little too late. Like the first one I did, that was kind of late. But because I be getting sleepy on y'all. Hey Pooh Nana, hey Miss E. I mean E too short. We got Alexis, we got Miss Roz, we got CSBSN, Get Right with LB, Becca in the building. We got Miss Amanda. We got Kayleen. Shout out to all the new supporters. You say I'll be on the lookout for your live. Thank you, my love. Hey, Sierra. Who else? Let me see. Hey, Manifestations of God. Hercules in the building. Show me your glory. Miss Melody. Let me see. My priorities. I ain't seen you in a minute. Shout out to you. You say good morning, Pocket Chat. I'm sitting at my desk at work waiting for this hot tea. Hey, Miss Nikki. Hey, Miss Yolanda, Miss Darlene, Miss Mel Mel. Sweet Queen, my love, my beautiful mod, beautifully designed. We got Miss Kim. No, y'all, this I didn't cancel. I actually had this live set for yesterday night, but I couldn't. I only set it because I thought I was gonna be back home at a decent time. But when the time kind of got away from me, I ended up pushing it to this morning. So that's why, it looked like that. Hey, Queen Sag. Hey, Twin Mommy. Who else? Let me see. Let me go down. Show enough in the building. Miss Rhonda, my bro Terry. We got Latay. We got Scorpio Sting. Who else? Mr. Moan. We got Crosby House. Shout out to you. That's another new name. Queen Sag, Miss Deborah, Miss Linda, Miss Mercedes, Miss Diggs, Miss Tracy, Miss Patricia, Miss Betty. Who else? Hold on. Miss Jackie, Miss France, Miss Cassandra. Reva in the building, Miss Melody, Miss Jackie. It's y'all, we got like about 5 Miss Jackies. So if it sounds like I'm saying the same name, I promise I'm not. Hey, Lady Divine. Hey, Miss Charlene. Hey, Nita M. Michelle the Bell in the building. Who else? Miss Belria, Miss Brenda, Miss Deborah, Lovely Lynn, Jazzy Red, Queen D Money, Miss Ranita. Okay, look at y'all pulling up. K Monet, Knowledge Hungry. Hold on, let me not say this wrong. Jexodus. Oh, that's different. I ain't never seen that name before. So that is, or is it J Exodus? Let me know. Is it Jexodus or J Exodus? Hey Keisha T. Hey girl 6565. Lovey. Miss Margaret, Sweetness, Kimberly W. Let me try to work my way to the bottom, y'all. Hey, Miss Elise, Miss Latrice, Miss Janice, Miss Rebecca. We got Jazz So Jazzy. We got Fabi, Sweetly Favored, Miss Fila, my love. We got Brandy, Eric GG, Miss Patrina, Glam Goddess in the building, Miss Jeanette. Thank you, Nene, for my first super. Shout out to y'all for the fireworks. Y'all know we had to give our supers, their own name over here. Okay, I don't like copying off of other people. So when y'all hear me say, "Let's see them fireworks, baby," that's what I mean. Okay, yeah, we gotta be authentic and be some leaders over here. Period. All right, let me see. Thank you, Brandy, for the firework, girl. Hey, Sherbono. All right, let me go to the bottom, y'all. Mo Better Hygiene. I see you, my love. And thank you for that super that you put on my live stream yesterday when I wasn't live. A collective hater, everybody else that's coming through. Lupac, how do you get in the other group other than members? You have to have the second tier, which is my $9.99 membership tier. If you have that membership tier, you have to send me a screenshot via inbox, not email, inbox, so that I can plug you in from your Facebook page. That's how you get in our private group chat. Let me see. Shout out to A Stokes for being a member for 21 months. She said, "Happy Sunday, Lupac and Chad. I just got off work on time." Shout out to you, my love. Shout out to Christina, 22 months. We got Miss Tracy, 25 months, period. I love that for us. We got some real OGs, baby. We got some loyal OGs in this thing. I probably do, if I do another live tonight, y'all, it might be members only, but it's going to be really late. It just depends on what time we get back from the movies, because I don't know how long that Michael Jackson movie lasts. Because like I say, I think we're going at like 7. I don't know why my sister picked such a late movie. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. If not, it'll be tomorrow, child. My sis say I will be dropping some free memberships. Make sure you come out the bushes and get active in the chat so you can be selected. Period. Y'all know it's T when you see them two fingers touching. You have to be well, not technically, but in a sense, if you come here a lot, let me say this. Y'all know how I go with them gifted memberships. It could be true, unfortunately. No shout out to YouTube for that. But if you frequent my channel a whole lot, even if you don't comment, baby, YouTube will expose you via free membership. Just to let y'all know. It's good in a sense because you get to see who be in your bushes because it ain't randoms. I could tell y'all that. It's not a random. They do it, they select it based on people that really frequent your channel. So if you get a free membership, you don't have to comment. I don't even think you have to be subscribed if I'm not mistaken. But if you just come, you constantly searching for my channel and coming over here, if you get selected, that's why. That's why you get in that lottery because you're over here often, even if you're not active. Let me get to the bottom now. Hey D Ham, thank you, Miss Darlene, for the firework, girl. All right, let's see. Because y'all coming in here fast, child. So let me work my way. All right, we at the bottom. A collective hey to everybody else that's in here. Thank y'all for the support. It is greatly, greatly appreciated. If you would like to donate to your girl monetarily, you can cash out me at $Lupac2. You can also buy me a coffee. Shout out to my coffee people that supports that app. You can also support the platform by getting a super chat or super sticker, aka a firework. Y'all know I always set a little goal. It ain't much, it ain't mandatory, but it's greatly, greatly appreciated because it contributes to the revenue of this particular live stream. Okay, we going up on a Sunday, baby. You can also support your girl by getting a membership. If you ain't got one, you are definitely, definitely missing out. You don't have to ask me, ask my members, because we turns up on the T or in members only. Make sure y'all watching them ads, y'all. Please, please, please run the likes up. And at the end of this live stream, hype your girl up. Y'all know the vibes, child. Y'all know the vibes. There we go. 5 gifted memberships. Thank you, sister. And somebody make sure y'all put in the chat or let me know. Somebody gonna post it in the group who got the membership so I can call them out. Make sure y'all thank your girl for gifting y'all a free month membership to get that good hot tea over there in members only. But let me say this too. The membership is only for 1 month, which is 30 days. It is up to you to maintain it. So if you see you come in the chat and your name ain't green anymore, because I see a lot of people talking about that, they be wondering why their membership is gone because you have to continue paying for it. Okay. You have to get it, even if you are somebody who purchases the membership on your own free will. If you do not select auto renew, I think it is, then your name, it will disappear. You have to redo it monthly. Okay. Automatic redo. But anyways, y'all, let's get into it. Let me pull up these documents because I think I stopped on, was it page 19? Hey, KG Mommy, she got a membership. Shout out to you. Thank you for acknowledging it. I don't know who else got one. You said I wanted a membership too. Y'all, it's automatic. We can't select who gets them. So you have to, if you want one, you have to get it yourself or, it's just random. It's a random picking from people that frequent the channel. That's how it works, y'all. All right, let me pull this document up so I can see it on my phone and also put it on the screen. Hold up, y'all. Let's go to number, I think we stopped on 19. Yeah, number 19. Let's see. Let me share. Okay. Hold up, y'all. Let me pull up the paperwork. Damn, I wonder why I separated it like that. Let me go to this part first. 19. So we got 4 watermarks. One over here. Wait, that's not it. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to find it. podcast on this side. 1, 2. That's not it. Damn. Why is not showing? They should still be on the screen. 1, 2. Okay, this is it right here. Nope, that ain't it. We on number 19. Damn. Hold up, y'all. I don't know why they all over the place now. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's not it. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. This ain't it. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's not it. 1, 2, 3, 4. It looks like I'm missing one. Hold on, y'all. Let me see. 23. Transfers of money. I might have read this one. Any documents? Okay, all records, tangible, operating, work related. Child. I don't think I read this one, so this one should still be up there. Let's see, number 19. Nope, I might have accidentally took it down. Hold on, y'all. Let me send it to my email. That's why I can't find it, because I must have took it down on the last live stream. All right. 1 second. Or that. Okay, let's pull it up now. Did it send? All right, there we go. I was looking everywhere for it and I couldn't find it. And to the people that's been sending me receipts on the Clarissa Shields content, y'all, I'm not ignoring y'all. I will be looking at y'all emails once I get back to that content. So don't think I'm ignoring y'all. I see when y'all send the emails, but I don't be wanting to open them up and then I end up losing them once it's time for me to, discuss it. So I'm gonna go to those emails once we get back into that content, which is gonna be this week. Yeah. So yeah, don't think I'm ignoring y'all. I see when y'all be sending it. Please hit Lupac. Wait, what you say? Please hit Lupac reach her goal. Oh, you must have meant help. Thank you, Com. You just coming in. Thank you, my love. Let me see. Hold on. Oh, my sis cutting up, y'all. That's 5 more. Make sure y'all post in the group who getting those memberships so I can see, because y'all know I can't see it on my end. Thank you, Com, for my super. Thank you for that firework, my love. All right, now let's pull up this document. 19. There we go. There we go. All right. Y'all, did I tell y'all 1, 2, 3, 4? Is this it right here? Yep. Why Ham told me that she wants to do a podcast with y'all. I said, girl, bye. I said I'm gonna tell your internet aunties to bring they cheering, and then we maybe can set something up like that. That way, y'all kids, she'll have something in common. She talking about she want to do a podcast with y'all. I said, you are not. You ain't gonna be telling my business. Because one thing she gonna do is tell her mama business. My mama be all in my business, child. Ham be spilling it. No, ma'am. I don't put my business on the internet, and Ham gonna talk it. Okay, she ain't got no chill, but she get that from her mama. But I said, no, ma'am, we ain't finna do that. Let it be members only. What you talking about, Calm? Oh, you talking about for Ham? Probably so. I'm gonna do something with her because she do wanna y'all know she's very outspoken, so I'm gonna probably do something with her, but it probably will be members only. But I did tell Ham because Ham wants to start a mommy and me podcast. But I'm like, Ham, I don't know because I'd be too busy. So y'all might see something like that one day. We'll see what happens, but I'll be spreading myself so far, so thin because it's hard for me to do my own content on my own platform, let alone starting another one. And I still ain't had a chance to start my other channel. And I didn't created that channel. It's been up for a while, but I don't have no content on it yet because it's a lot. Okay, so we're gonna have to see. Thank you, Miss Renee. Thank you for that firework, my love, and thank you again, Nene, for gifting those memberships. Lupac, is it true? RH can't take y'all. Listen, if y'all in my, I don't even know, did I do this publicly or was it members only, y'all? When I spoke on, no, that was public. Anytime, and I didn't say this so many times. Like, if I can't tell y'all who to believe. All I can say is do your own research because y'all know I done went over this a lot of times. Anytime a lawyer files paperwork, even if it's a voluntary dismissal, if it has these words without prejudice, go look it up. Okay, look it up. That tells you that, hey, we're dismissing it now to separate it, but we will be refiling, which is why their court case is still open and pending. Because if it was closed and he dismissed it without prejudice, it would be closed right now, y'all. It would say it on the court website. But if you go on the court, and I'm going to show y'all a screenshot of it, just remind me at the end of this live, I'll go on in and screenshot it. It literally says open pending. The reason being is because when they did the voluntary dismissal without prejudice, that basically told the courts, and they mentioned it, and I showed y'all how they mentioned it more than once, even in the certification letter at the end, showing that they sent it over to Bree's attorney. They mentioned it on there also, so it's no confusion. And I would hope that her attorney is letting her know what these legal terms mean, because if she's thinking that that's over and done data, then she's in for a rude awakening. Okay? Because you're going to be seeing another date soon. And I'm saying that based off of what I know when it comes to legalities and legal terms. They let it be known. Yeah, we dismissing this right now. And I think it was smart. In my opinion, that was a chess move, like I told y'all before. Because now when the new court date is filed, the attorney can focus solely on that. Separating it from all of, when you put it all together, it becomes a lot, especially if you in court for a long time. And if y'all remember, they did a whole work shift in court that day. So it kind of drowns out the important issues. But when you separate it, you can put the focus solely on that when you go back to court. So y'all see what I mean? Because they be saying we be lying to y'all, but I try to wait on filings and court documents to come about. I don't take anybody's word for nothing, not even RH. Okay. And I support RH, but this ain't that, baby. This is my brand. This is my platform. And I'm not about to be relying on nobody's word of mouth. And I see that a lot with Bree supporters because they come in my comments and reiterate things that they didn't even see for themselves and then be looking like fools later on when the paperwork come out. We ain't doing that over here. Okay? We waiting on them documents. And like I said, I advise anybody to see them for them, themselves. See how I'm putting it on the screen? That way, even with me reading the documents and giving my opinion or my perspective of it, y'all can still see it for yourselves and interpret it the way you interpret things. That way, when people be calling us liars, y'all can have our back to say, well, I can't say Pac was lying because Pac put the document on the screen. And I was able to look at it for myself. So we got to make it make sense, baby. They better stop playing with me, okay? Stop playing with Pac. Because one thing about it, and two things for sure, we're going to keep moving the way we moving, and that's providing these receipts. And, anybody can take it as they want to take it. And I must be doing something right because I can't keep those supporters away from my platform. Like, they here before y'all. They in the invisible VIP section. Where they in the front, they catching the early seats, but you just can't see them. Yeah, they here every single time, baby. They pulling up. They be the first ones to comment and all of that. Oh, and let me say this too before I start reading this page, because y'all know one thing about it. I'm real big on, I don't like when fake pages come on my platform and they have a habit of coming on the platform and literally going under all of y'all comments trying to spin a narrative or correct something or post their opinions in to what y'all saying. I don't have a problem with, nobody. I'm not on a team. I'm on team truth, team what's right, team what's real. Okay? That's the side I'm on. Team pop, team receipts. Okay? So I don't have a problem with nobody coming, but you gotta keep it respectful. And let's say this too, even if it is respectful, if I feel like you're trying to gaslight or manipulate, because they know that 9 times out of 10, I'll let them stay because it's respectful towards me, but I also can peep the gaslighting and manipulation as well. And I'll get you going for that too. And I don't respect people who feel the need to go and log in under a fake page and come comment, because why? Why you can't say it with your chest? Especially if you being respectful. It makes me feel like you have an ulterior motive, or if it goes there, if it gets to a point of disrespect, nobody gonna know who you is. Nobody like arguing with ghosts. Okay? So come from y'all real pages. If you stand on what you say, and if you know it's some truth or some fact behind it, why are you saying it from a fake page? Y'all don't be wanting egg on y'all face. That's why. Because y'all know time and time again, somebody has made y'all look like the damn fool. Say it with your chest. Come from we all grown women over here. I promise you will not be doxxed just because you got an opinion about this situation. I know I can only speak for myself. Ain't no doxing over here, baby. Okay? Why, what y'all scared for? Why are we coming from fake pages and putting comments or harassing everybody in my comment section under these fake pages? That's weird for grown women. That's some weird ass activity. Oh, child. I'm so glad I don't do nothing on here to embarrass my family, because it's a lot of embarrassing activities that go on in this sector. Y'all don't even, it gives that y'all know it's wrong. And that's why y'all hide behind them fake pages, because y'all know it make y'all look a damn fool. That's what that gives to me. Like, I don't trust what I'm saying, or I can't say it with 100% certainty. So let me go and comment from a fake page. That way, if, some paperwork or some receipts come out, they can't say, oh, I was wrong, or I can't, it won't make me look like a fool. That's what that gives to me. Because if you being respectful, like I said, you have no reason to comment under a fake page. But it also shows that if the conversation go left, it can go there, and that's why y'all commenting from them fake pages. But I blocked all fake pages. Sorry. Okay? Especially if I see some type of gaslighting or manipulation, you getting blocked too. Come back from your real page, or you're going to have to create another fake page, and then it's going to go there. Because one in particular, y'all, they had a fake page that commented, and they said, so y'all, well, let me say this. No, it was one fake page. It was two of them. It was one that was a fake page, and the other one, the lady it looked like it was maybe her kid or her grandchild's page. Because when I went on it, it was a bunch of shorts of a little girl. She looked like she was maybe 6, 7, or 8 years old, posting videos. Not one adult on the page. So I said, well, she must have signed in on her grandchild page, right? Or her child, whatever. So, one of those pages made a comment and said, so y'all not mad about Johnell, or y'all feel now that he should have the kids, or y'all not mad about Johnell punching the son in the chest or going in the daughter room at 3:00 in the morning or something like that. It was some comment along those lines. And I almost replied, but then I said, I'm going to just address it on my live, because I'm pretty sure they can still hear. They just can't comment anymore. Well, I don't know, because they did say that YouTube switched it up now, where if you do block them, they can't see your channel at all. So shout out to YouTube for that, because that was one major thing I feel like they should have been did. But for the ones who are inquiring about that, right? y'all know we've been saying for the longest, it's always three sides to every story. And for the majority or the longevity of this saga, we've been only hearing Bree's side of the story. So when the opposite party comes out and gives his story, right? That right there allows the supporters to be able to make a choice. Then they can choose who they want to support or who they want to believe based on patterns of behavior, based on past um deceptions, past lies, whatever you want to call it. It allows the supporters to be able to choose and not just go off of one narrative. So when it comes to the whole punching the sun in the chest over shoes, let's break that down real quick. Now, we've had multiple different narratives when it came to that situation and multiple different people speaking on it. There's a video in particular where Bree came out here and she cried. I mean, boo hoo tears, cried, saying that we were falsely accusing an innocent man, right? It was very convincing. Very, very convincing. So then there was also a video where she said, if y'all didn't hear it from me or my son, then don't believe it. Because all y'all do is run with lies, right? That's that video. And I have those receipts. I'm not just saying it, I have them. And then she also, which was more recently, said, take me to court for defamation. My son, my kids will testify. Let's talk about you punching my son in the chest, right? And that happened a couple weeks ago. And there's also videos where she even brought her son on to say that nothing happened to him. So if we going off of that, then that, in my opinion, that's not a good look, because it'll show that you can get your babies to lie for you in any instance. That's not a good look on you as a woman or a mother. So it makes us, it kind of confuses the masses, right? Because it's like, which one is your truth? But you want people to believe that the content creators are constantly lying on you when we just going off of what you say. You did multiple videos saying that this man ain't never did nothing to you or your kids. Just for y'all to break up, and then you come out here and say, take me to court for defamation and my kids will testify and da-da-da-da-da. So now we have to choose which one we believe. So to the person that came in my comments and asked me, oh, so y'all believe in Johnell now, or y'all da-da-da-da-da? No, we're going to believe the facts. We're going to believe the facts. Shout out to the courts, right? Because now what this situation right here is doing is putting it all on the floor for the people. Let's just put it all on the table and allow the people to see what's what and what they can believe. I'm going with the courts. Okay? I'm going with what the courts say and what the courts do. And that, I was going to save this for another live stream, y'all, because I feel like this is a breakdown in itself. When it comes to, now, let me just save it because I want to pick y'all brain a little bit with that one, because that one is really, really interesting. Like, remember I told y'all at the beginning of this live that she exposed herself in that live last night in that crash out, and this is why it's smart to be quiet when court documents are coming out, especially these, because what this lawyer is asking for, this is serious. It's time out for the play, baby. It's time out for all of that. Okay. If they don't want to take this serious, then I don't know what to tell them. But yeah, it's a lot of things that are floating in the atmosphere. A lot of allegations. It's a whole lot going on behind the scenes and in front of the scenes. But back to what I was saying to the person that asked me that question. You believe what you want to believe, and we gonna believe what we want to believe. How about that? How about that? Okay, because what people don't realize is it kind of makes you question Bree's mental stability, because if all of these things are happening to your kids, why are you staying or keeping them in those type of environments? That's what y'all see. Y'all want to pick and choose what y'all want to believe at certain times. We don't operate like that over here. We don't operate, either it's true or it ain't true. One of the two. One of the two. But you lose a lot of credibility when you constantly putting out these different narratives or your quote unquote versions of your truth, right? 1 minute it ain't that, the next minute it is. But we've heard her say more that it's not true than she has that it's true, because it makes her look bad also. And that's what people fail to realize. Her receipts ain't gonna hurt Johnell. They gonna hurt her because she's the primary custodial parent. You're the one that has the kids 75% of the time. So the courts are going to question your mental stability, because, and that's why she ain't put out, if she, all these alleged receipts she has, they ain't being put out, because guess what? It allows people, the smart people, to question your involvement. And while you allowed certain things to happen that you knew was wrong. We're gonna talk about that later though. We're gonna talk about that later, y'all. But yeah, like, we don't have no proof of that. And even if y'all was around when that whole allegation of Johnell going into Lala's room happened, I didn't take that and run with it. If y'all remember, if you've been rocking with me, I didn't really speak on that because it's no proof behind it. Lala said what it was. She literally said what it was. Was it inappropriate? Yeah. Because no man should be in no child's room at no moment. It could be innocent or it could be something else, but we don't have no proof of it being something else. Okay. So that's why I didn't take that and run with it when it was stated. I didn't take that and run with it when it was stated because it was no proof behind it. It was nothing being alleged that he tried something or he did anything. And that's a jacket that nobody wants to wear. So you got to be real careful, because that's stepping into defamatory waters when you put out those type of allegations. That's why I didn't take that and run with it, because it was no proof behind it. The only thing that was stated was baby girl said that, whatever happened with the water gun situation, and, he went in her room and all she seen was his eyes and his teeth. But she didn't say, oh, he did this or he did something inappropriate. She didn't make those statements. So that's why I didn't take that and run with it, y'all. I'm real careful of what I put out on my platform, as y'all can see, if you've been rocking with me. So anyways, and another thing too, they want us to hold tight to those things, but why? See, that's what I mean when I say they pick and choose what they want to sit on or what they want to play with. Then they want to put pressure on us, but y'all didn't have that same attitude when we was putting out the things or talking about the things that was in those text messages as the things were happening in real time. That's when we was getting doxxed, harassed, because y'all said it wasn't true. And y'all put action behind stopping us from repeating those things that we seen in receipts. Y'all put action behind it. Y'all was going out y'all way to dox us, harass us, calling us liars. But now, because the relationship has dissolved and things went left and it's toxic and it's headed to the courts, now y'all want us to stand on it. That's not how that goes. Y'all don't get to pick and choose when we stand on things that's put out on the internet, especially when y'all not doing the same thing. If y'all feel so strongly about those things, why y'all wasn't standing in the paint with us when we was talking about it in real time? I can't take y'all serious. And that's why y'all be behind them damn fake pages, come and put those ridiculous comments. That's exactly why. I cannot take y'all serious as grown women ignoring certain behaviors. Y'all is giving very much sheepish behavior. Follow the leader. Grown women following the leader on here. I'm one of the youngest ones in this saga, and I stand on all 10 as a leader. I don't go with the masses, Boo Boo Kitty. Never did. In real life, at that. Always been a leader. And that's why I can say it with my chest on my own platform. Y'all got to go hide behind fake pages to try to get y'all point across. Why? Why is the question? If y'all feel so strongly about those things, why y'all can't say it with y'all chest? Nobody gonna be mad at y'all for standing on what y'all quote unquote believe. That's your beliefs to have, just like mine are mine. And I'm going off of receipts. Now, y'all can go off of word of mouth if y'all choose to. That's on y'all body. But we ain't doing that over here. And I just wanted to put that little disclaimer out there because I feel like I don't like when people try to pick and choose what they want to, want other people to stand on. No, we not doing that because y'all wasn't kudoing us or cheering us on when we was standing for what's right, when we was on Johnell ass, when things were being alleged. Y'all wasn't behind us. Y'all wasn't shooting with us in the gym. No, y'all was attacking us for it. Grown women attacking other grown women for standing against DV. How does that go? But now y'all want to be in my comments under fake pages talking about what about this and what about the Tim punching the son in the chest? What about it? What about it? If the mama ain't stand up for her child when it happened, who are we? Who are we if it happened? Because at this point, it's so many different narratives that are on record, you don't know what's true. But guess what? That's exactly why this next court date is needed, because everything finna be put on the floor. So it ain't gonna be no guessing or no wondering. Hell, I might as well say it right now. It's being stated, right, that okay, so Bree did her live last night, y'all. And remember I told y'all she basically exposed herself. She made a statement and said that Johnell should be worried or he's dumb because she said you got your lawyer asking for all of these things, all of these receipts and my text messages and all of that, but you don't even know what I got on you or what else I didn't expose to the internet, right? So I thought about that in a broad way, not just a little isolated way. You know how most people would jump to the conclusion, oh, she must have so much on him. Oh, he should be worried. No, I broadened my mindset whenever I heard that. And I was like, well, if that's the case, why would he have his lawyer subpoenaing her text messages, emails, loan child? They asked her for everything but her socks and drawers. If he had something to fear, now I'm going to be fair, right? Let's be fair when it comes to that situation specifically. It could go either way. But the way I'm looking at it logically is like, you would be a damn fool to subpoena all of these things from 2022 to now if you know you got something to hide, right? Or if you know there's potentially something in any of those receipts that can really paint you out to, it's a make or break you moment, basically, right? But I'm kind of leaning towards, I know I wouldn't have something like that subpoenaed if I got something to hide. But it could go either way. So it's going to either expose Johnell or it's going to vindicate him. But one thing that it exposed already is her mental stability or instability, because how are you sitting on things that could expose this man or make this man look like a monster against you and your kids, but you stayed with him? Johnell even posted, if y'all remember, he posted a video in December that even with that whole police cam video that she showed, when did she show it, y'all? Was it January? I think in January, or I can't remember. Whenever she showed it, it wasn't a couple months ago when she showed it, right? Johnell was in her bed. That incident happened in October. Johnell was laying in her bed eating breakfast with the twins in December. So clearly they got back in a relationship or whatever you want to call it. They were back together. So that's not even going to matter in the courts because, for one, nobody was charged when that situation happened. One. And they also going to question her because why did you deal with him again after that? Why didn't you take the proper steps? See, you can't pick and choose when you want to push something or want people to fight for something or because you mad. All of this shows that I don't care about it in that moment as long as I have the man, but I'll push for advocacy or, cry tears or, try to get people, gaslight people into being on my side when the relationship is no longer is non-existent. And the court's they're gonna look at all of this logically, not off of emotion like people on social media. That's not how the courts work. The courts ain't gonna just go off of, oh well, he shouldn't have did this. We're gonna keep the kids away from him. No. They're gonna question timeline, pattern, all of that. All of that. And all that man gotta do is show, hey, I was with her in December. He posted it on his social media. Johnell ain't no dummy, obviously, because that's a chess move. What they asking for? We're gonna put it all on the floor. But the person who got the most to lose is her, because she's the primary parent. She is, not him. Whether he trying to get full custody, joint custody, or some visitation, she is the primary parent. She is responsible for what happens to and around those kids while they're in her custody. And the fact that so many women are seeing this in real time and still negating or deflecting or projecting is blasphemy. Do y'all not know how the courts work? I'm confused. Are we just going to keep going off of emotion? And there's nothing wrong with that because it's human nature for women to go off of emotion, right? Not even just women, men too, child. They feed off emotion too. But you still got to use your brain. It's given a whole lot of I'ma follow your ass off this cliff. That's what this situation gives. Walking clean off the cliff, following somebody else who ain't going off of the receipts or the courts or what's in our faces. It's so weird to me, y'all. Like this, child, listen, Linda. You can support somebody and still call them out on their bullshit. I don't understand that. You don't have to follow nobody off of a cliff just to show you support them. How about you do something to stop both of y'all asses from jumping off a cliff or falling off, shall I say? Because it's being blind. The support is blind. Anyways, y'all know once I get to talking, listen, I was really blessed with the gift of gab, child. But let's get into this document. What time it is? Okay, I got some time. I got some time. Let me make this bigger. And thank y'all for the supers while I was running my mouth. Let me see. Hold on. Yeah, I think my girl. Thank you, Miss Renee. You better come with it. Love you. I love you more. Thank you, my love. And thank you again. I see you sent me like 3 or 4. I appreciate you. Thank you, Miss Ramona. She says, put it on the flow pot. Thank you, my love. Yes, y'all. Show me some love. Let me see them fireworks, baby. If you enjoying this content, please hit that like button, y'all. Come on, let's do our big one. Let's do our big one. All right, so let's get into this document. Hold on. And I do want to do a segment on the different forms of neglect. And let me piggyback off of Harm, because Harm did a video earlier where she was saying, because they pushing this narrative as if we, the bloggers, are out here saying that this girl gonna lose her kids. I've never said that. I didn't even hear nobody say that. Now, I'm gonna be fair, right? I have seen some supporters saying that she should lose them. I've seen supporters saying it. I can't speak for supporters. I can't stop supporters from saying what they want to say. They are grown. They are free to express themselves however they choose. Like, we all responsible for our own selves. But let's stop pushing the narrative or making it seem, or let's stop holding the bloggers accountable for all of these grown people. I cannot stand it. And that's why, if y'all ever notice, I always be like, y'all be mindful what y'all say in the chat. Please don't put no other bloggers' names and blase, blase. I say that for a reason, because we are always being held accountable for other grown people. And it's really sad. And I notice Bree does that a lot when it comes to her speaking about CPS. She's constantly putting it out there as if it's the bloggers calling CPS on her. I have never done that, and I never will. Because I myself am a firm believer that kids end up in a worse situation going into the system. I'm a mother first before any of this shit, okay? Before the internet, before I'm a woman. I was a woman first before I didn't have any kids. But I even put myself as being a woman behind me being a mother. If you know, you know. Everybody ain't on that type of level. Meaning I put my kids before anything. Any and everything except for God. Because he is the greatest, the creator. If it wouldn't be for him, none of this would be possible. Okay? So I don't do stuff like that, y'all. It's not ever that personal for me. And I can't speak for, like I said, I can't speak for nobody else. Everybody has their own free will to move and do as they choose and as they please. But I don't like when I'm grouped up into things that I have nothing to do with, because I always and have always and will always maintain a level of morale and integrity on my platform. That's why y'all don't hear me dragging nobody over here. That's another jacket that they try to put on me. I keep it clean. Even when I did the first live stream with these court documents, all I did was read the paperwork. I rarely even gave my opinion because I was tired. If y'all remember, I kept saying, y'all, I'm tired. We're going to do another live to really break it down even further. But I was just trying to read the information to y'all. But they take that and run with it and say, oh, they over there dragging, Bree. But you know what? This is why I love court. Because when it comes to court, you have to prove everything you say. Everything you say. And if it ain't proven, it's just alleged. Or it ain't based or rooted in fact. If it ain't no proof behind it. Totally different from the court of public opinion. And I love that for us. It shows that you can't just say something out your mouth and get people in trouble. Because if that's the case, baby, a whole lot of people would be in jail or falsely accused. If the judicial system started operating off of word of mouth. Child, listen. A whole lot of people would be in trouble. Thank God for the system and the way it is rooted. Even though it messes up sometimes. Sometimes, it'll get it wrong. But for the most part, shout out to the system. You got to have some proof behind it. Or behind what you say. All right. So, I just was saying that you said I never thought she should lose her kids. But I've heard her speaking ill on their life too much. It's like she wants something to happen to them. What you mean? I don't know. What you're gonna have to elaborate a little more, DS. But yeah, nobody never said that. Even in my caption, I said Johnell's lawyer or Johnell and his lawyer is coming for the twins. Saying what they're doing or intending on doing is not equivalent to saying she finna lose her kids. Okay? Because if you know anything about the court system, then you know it's really hard to take custody from a mother. You have to prove, and not even just prove, it has to be a pattern because people make mistakes, right? And the courts consider people being imperfect. They consider that. parenting is not, you can't get parenting 100% perfect, right? Everybody make mistakes. So they consider patterns. You have to show patterns of behavior or something, or neglect being consistent. And that's why I said I'm going to break that down. I'm going to do a live. If I can't do it later, we'll do it tomorrow to show the different forms of neglect and, how they come about and what has to happen in order for something like that to be the outcome, the actual outcome. It has to be consistent, okay? But what I will say is this paperwork right here is very much hinting at that's what they trying to accomplish. That's what I will say, because they are asking for a lot to say, oh, if he only want just some visitation or whatever. They asking for a whole lot. Damn near her whole life story. People don't typically, or lawyers don't typically request all of that for just a regular legitimation and visitation schedule. So that's why I say they better listen, they better take this serious. I heard Bree saying like, oh, I ain't got nothing to worry about. Listen, all I can say is they better quit playing with Johnell and taking what he got going on lightly, because he knows. And this is why I encourage y'all to go back and watch his video when he told his story. This man, and I'm going to just put this in y'all ear. This man literally said on that video that he has receipts. When he went through her MacBook of him, he screenshotted receipts of her sending inappropriate pictures of herself or half dressed to that married deacon with her and RH's child. Those are not things that you take lightly, okay? So, and that's not the only thing he said. He said a whole lot. The man literally said he witnessed, her sending things out for these fake pages, all of this third party stuff, setting up people, trying to set up the ex-husband, all of these different narratives. He witnessed it all, is what he said in his video. Plus more. He didn't even want to go into detail, even when he said people was running with the narrative that he's the reason why the oldest son was sent off to live with his dad. He said, no, we're not finna push that narrative. He said, oh, he was knocking on a jail cell door. So he told a lot in that video. So then when you put that video, and this is why I say, clearly these people not paying attention. This ain't no game. Because when you put what he said in that video versus what they're asking for in this paperwork, is what I take from it is, I already know it. I already have most of it, but let me get the rest so we can put it all together and put it on the floor in court. In court. So I wouldn't be y'all, when I tell y'all, when I seen her go live last night, I was like, bruh, why would she do that? She is not supposed to be speaking on, that's why we can easily say it's a crash out moment. Because she's not supposed to be speaking on neither one of those men. Or H with their court paperwork. And then you got Johnell with their criminal case situation with her pulling up at his house. And that's another thing too. Because I keep seeing them talk about the police video from October. What about her getting arrested in March? That happened after that. And it's on record. It's on record. Think about going into court and saying, "Hey, Your Honor, we was filming a movie, Echo House, at this Airbnb or whatever, and we got into an argument. Things escalated a little. I was outside trying to leave, and then this man caused a scene or whatever and alleged that I hit his leg with my vehicle while backing up, right? And He can spin that. I'm not even gonna put it out how. But y'all know, because I seen a few people saying it in the chat before. But imagine going to the courts and giving that story, showing the video or whatever, and then Johnell says, well, Your Honor, the reason why I said that is because blah 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 blah. Right? And no arrest was made. No arrest was made. So then you fast forward and Johnell says, well, Your Honor, she said this and saying all of that, but look what she did on March 4th or whatever the date was. And she got arrested for it. And here's the video proof. What y'all think gonna happen in that moment? But we're gonna just leave that there. We're gonna just leave that there. That's why I say people not being smart. Ain't no way in hell I would be so silent you could hear a rat piss on cotton. Because at the end of the day, what people are not realizing is she has more to lose than these men do. While y'all kudoing her and championing her on and enabling the behavior, she has more to lose than these men do because she is the primary custodial parent. They are living physically with her. She has more to lose. And both of these men are the plaintiffs. She's the defendant. So she has to defend all of this. People not realizing that. So while y'all be laughing with her in these live streams instead of encouraging her to get off, focus on your mental health, get off, stop stressing yourself, stop sending her stuff. Well, child, she looking for it because last night convinced me that she's actually all in the comments and watching the live streams. Because how you know what the comments is saying too. But anyways, yeah, real support is encouraging her to avoid the drama, not engaging in it and kudoing it. Yeah, go ahead, Big B, do your big one. Da, 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 da. And y'all don't even realize how serious this is. But we're going to see. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. These men fighting for their kids. They're fighting for their children. So I'm confused about why people mad at that. Y'all, don't y'all know this girl said on her live last night, verbatim, I took my kids, I left and took my kids away from my abusers, cut off all contact, changed my number. She said that verbatim. And try to say that these men be putting her address on social media. You know you got to prove that, right? Because I'm trying to figure out when did either one of these men put out her address. I haven't seen it. And it ain't much that, passes me by. And I'm pretty sure the other content creators as well. I see Latay in the chat. Latay, have you ever seen LaTruth or Johnell post their baby mother's address on social media? Now, what I will say is it's public record. Once court documents get filed, the courts do redact information that they don't want out there. They redact certain information. But if the courts put your address out, knowing that the public has access to all of this public information, then guess what? That's the crazy part. But I'm thinking you can request, or maybe you was a P.O. box, because I've seen that that's what she's been doing. She's been using a P.O. box address, which is actually smart. Because addresses are public record. They are. They are. Hey, Miss Tanya, my love. I hope all is well with you. I ain't seen you in a little minute. Shout out to Miss Tanya in the chat. Good afternoon, Lupac in chat, driving and listening. Okay, my love. Hey, Natia. Hey, Q. Hey to anybody else that came through and I missed it. I see Latay is in the chat. Shout out to the unicorn, period. All right, so let's get into it, y'all. I need a pee now. I'm gonna have to wait. Let me read some of this paperwork first. Because we ain't got much left with this paperwork. Okay, so it says, hold on, we on number, I guess this is a part of number 18, the continuation. Transfers of money from one of your accounts, including all transactions in your bank records, your Cash App records, your Apple Pay records, your Venmo records. Two are from another, or two are from third party since January 1st, 2022, through the date of the trial of this case. Then it says number 19. Make sure y'all hitting the like button. We got 475 in the building. Hit the like button for your girl. Show me some love, y'all. I need y'all to clear out my goal. Okay. I ain't got much on my little goal. So show your girl some love if you are enjoying this content, baby. And make sure y'all watching the ads too. All right. So number 19 says copies of any and all notes, installment obligations, lines of credit, home equity, loans, or other loans you have been obligor individually or jointly with any other persons, or other documents reflecting such obligations, including but not limited to monthly statements, quarterly statements, check registers relating to any such accounts from January 1st, 2022 to the date of this trial of this case. Now, what I will say when it's in reference to anything financial, y'all, that's about the child support. That's about the determining factors of how much will be paid, because they're gonna have to split it. See, people think that only the man pays child support. That's not true. It just seems like that when the mother maintains physical custody, right? But when you go to actual court, the expenses of a child is split down the middle. Why y'all think his lawyer is requesting everything attached to her financially? That's why. That's why mom and dad both have to give their incomes, because it's split down the middle. And just because, let me say this too, because I see people, just because a child lives with the mom, it does not mean that the mom is doing everything for the child that needs to be done. It's not narrowed down to just having a roof over the child's head. Because kids could be wearing the same clothes every day. They could be in a home not eating properly, or only eating fast food, no home cooked meals ever. And I'm not saying this for her situation. I'm just speaking in general, because I see people saying, oh, they contribute a child's well-being to, or isolated just with the child being under the same roof as the mother. How many times have we seen on social media stories that come about where y'all remember that story where all of them kids was in the house by themselves and the mama had been moved in another home with a man with their kids? And those kids, it was a bunch of kids that was living and fending for themselves in filth. No food, no nothing. I even seen one where the kids was eating roaches. This was recent. Maybe it was Carlos King. I'm not sure. I have to go back and look. But this one was recent. The kids were so hungry, they were eating roaches. So no, just because you have kids in your custody or you have them physically, it does not mean that you are maintaining their overall well-being. And let me stop, because when we're going to break down the different forms of neglect, we're going to get into all of those factors, y'all, because y'all going to be surprised. For the ones that are uneducated about neglect, see, some people think that, and that's why I say it's so hard for a mom to lose custody, because it's a lot of considering factors that go along with stripping a mother of custody. Okay. And that's why y'all don't hear us as the blogger saying she gonna lose her kids. We don't say that. But these men fighting, I will say that they're fighting. And if they do have, because it's a lot of things being alleged, if they do have things, receipts that they holding on to, forms of neglect. Let me shut up, because I'm about to get into it, y'all, and I want to break it down, because it's a lot. It's a lot. Thank you, Miss Melanie. Thank you, my love, for your support. Thank you for that orange firework, baby. Nene says she doesn't do any school activities, kids not in sports, gymnastics, nothing. I don't get it. I had my kids in everything. And that is, well, I ain't gonna say that's considered a form. When it comes to educational, because there is educational neglect. That is one of the forms of neglect. It's a lot. I'm gonna break it down later for y'all. I'll break it down later for y'all. There's a lot that goes into it, and it has to be a pattern. It can't be isolated, y'all. Because, like I said, everybody makes mistakes. Parents make mistakes, right? So it has to be a pattern, consistent, consecutively. Concerns when it comes to that. It can't just be, oh, once or twice. She didn't help with homework, or uh it can't be nothing like that. It has to be consistent. It has to be a pattern. Concerns from the school, that all of that fall under educational neglect. All right, let me see. Thank you again, Miss Melanie. Okay, so where we at? Let's see. Number 19. Okay, I read that part. Number 20, it says all records showing any fringe benefits available to you from any entity in which you are an employer, partner, office holder, or other interest holder, including but not limited to auto expense, travel expense, legal expenses, personal living and entertainment expense, food allowances, life, health, accident, dental, hospitalization insurance, or any other types of benefits, as well as any documents showing the out-of-pocket cost to you to maintain these benefits. So she's going to have to show all of that, y'all. She's going to have to show where she has insurance on all of the kids. She's going to have to show all of that, because all of that are contributing factors to, deciding how much child support Johnell needs to pay. And not even just for the twins. She's going to have to benefit her, right? She has to show all of it, including what she paid for her other kids, because all of that is considered like a deductible. Like, whenever they're calculating the child support, okay, well, if she's paying this amount, in insurance, and then she has other kids, even though they're not his, it's still considered. It's still considered. All right. You said every time they talk about Johnell, she go live yelling. And that's not smart. That's not smart. Smart is quiet. When you quiet, the only thing people can do is guess. All they can do is guess. If y'all notice, we hadn't been doing any content on her. None. If once we read those court documents, because that's already understood that the court documents gonna be read, baby. That's content, right? People want that follow-up. But once the bloggers read out the court documents, she could have just not said anything and allowed whatever is gonna happen in court happen. And then everybody would have got back to the other content. But when you come out crashing out, responding and talking about the very two men you're not even supposed to be speaking on, you're giving the bloggers content. I've never seen an instance where she just not said nothing. And she constantly say she's quiet. I'm like, how? You the reason why we be having content. I don't understand that. I was doing Clarissa Shields. I see all the bloggers. People speak on her randomly when something happens, but for the most part, no. Like literally. Ayana said it best. She was like, they are literally just, reposting what you say and breaking it down. That's it. So, let me see. Number 21, y'all. All records, documents, and other tangible evidence showing any operating expenses that you incurred in association with you earning any type of revenue or income, as well as all documents or other evidence showing any work-related child care expenses or health care premiums that you have incurred or paid from April 16, 2024 through the date of this trial of this action. And I think that the reason why they asked for that, because if y'all remember, especially when it comes to child care, remember when Johnell initially filed the legitimation and visitation paperwork and all of that, paternity, all that stuff, back in November of 2025, they had text messages where they were going back and forth, right? And he was trying to get the kids. She wasn't allowing him to get the kids. She was basically saying, "Hey, I got them in daycare now. So no, I don't even want, basically you're not gonna be able to get them because they are now in daycare." And Johnell was like, "I don't approve of daycare." And she was like, "Well, I'm not taking them out." I don't think she even had them in daycare because she recently did a live where she literally stated she don't trust putting her kids in daycare. So yeah, but she gonna have to prove that in court anyway. It's gonna have to be proven. It's gonna have to be proven, and it's gonna show in those text messages also. It's gonna show. That's why the lawyer is requesting it all. All right, number 22, any documents or other evidence showing or tending to show that you should. All right, let's take this one down, y'all. And pull up the next one. All right. We're going to number 23. Let's see, right under. Okay, this one right here. All right. I'm sure her attorney is furious, so not good. I would be furious too because that's a lot. Imagine having to produce all of this in 30 days. And it has to be produced before court. They got court on May 28th. That is a lot, y'all. That's a lot of shit, okay? That is a lot. Let me see. Hold on. Thank you, Miss Geraldine. She says supporting the goal. Thank you for the sky blue firework, my love. I'm so glad all her lives are catching up with her. Thank you. Okay, she don't listen to the courts. Know how. Wait, she thinks she is going to turn over what she wants to turn over. It's gonna be a fight, y'all. It's gonna be a fight, and I personally see she relies a lot on social media opinions and the enabling of her behavior. And you would think that she would have people that would be saying, "No, Bree, don't go out there. Don't say nothing. Don't respond." Well, even though some of her people say they have told her that, but it's just everything can be used against her. Everything, even the live she did last night. That's the crazy part. It's like this. Why keep putting yourself in that position? And even saying she's not worried, because I did hear her mention something about Queen Step, right? Where she was saying that what was it? Basically saying, y'all know her and Queen Step went to court or whatever, and she was saying, you communicating with my stalker, the person who harasses me online, but the thing is that won't even be able to be used because that hasn't you calling Queen Step your stalker, but the courts didn't dismiss that. So technically, legally, that won't stand because that TPO order was dismissed. It was dismissed, and not just that, y'all both filed against each other. So they won't look at that like that. I don't know. She thought that, she would be able to use that because Queen Steph had said on a live that she spoke to Johnell, but there is nothing in the courts, in the paperwork that states that he can't talk to a blogger. There's nothing there. Now, they did have a third party paperwork with her in RH's situation where, RH is not to be, or neither one of them is supposed to be giving information to bloggers. Even where Dawn was mentioned as third party, right? That's from their divorce decree. So Johnell is not included in that. They ain't even went to court yet. That's the crazy part. So that won't be able to be used like she's thinking it will. Just because you calling somebody a stalker of yours it does not mean it's an actual fact. Because if it was, the courts wouldn't have dismissed that TPO. They wouldn't have dismissed that stalking order. Okay? Just putting that out there because I heard her saying, I don't have nothing to worry about because he's in cahoots with my stalker. And I'm like, what? There's nothing legally binding that states he can't talk to somebody on the internet. But it is for Huddle and RH's situation. But you don't see RH out here saying, oh, I'm talking to this person, that person, I'm sending people stuff. Y'all know I done told y'all I don't have no communication, no back end with nobody I do content on. I have sources, but they're not them. Okay? Because I choose not to speak to, because I feel like it limits you. It limits you when you talk to or you get too close with the content. My bad, y'all. I was putting some chapstick on. It limits you when you get too close because then it makes you feel obligated to not speak on certain things. And this ain't that. I'm gonna talk about what I want. Okay. Now I do maintain a level of morale and integrity where I won't say certain things that I feel like can harm or hurt a situation. Because I am privy to a lot of things. I do know a lot of things that I don't even speak on. And that's because of the type of person that I am. So, yeah. All right, y'all. I got to take a pee break right quick. Let me go use the restroom. And then we're going to finish reading the rest of these papers. Give me 2 minutes. Hold on. I'm going to put my intro on while I go use the restroom real quick. It's literally right there. Okay? But yeah, y'all. Make sure y'all hitting the like. Shout out to Latte. Check. Literally, Latte. Hit the like button. Can y'all clear out my goal? Let me show me them fireworks, baby. Let's see it do a big one, okay? Watch the ads. I don't know if ads gonna play while I'm using the restroom, but let me go pee right quick and then we're gonna finish this off. Hold on, let me put this on for y'all so y'all ain't just sitting. Oh, which one it is? Oh, hold up, y'all.
Hold up. It's Lou Pac, baby, in the building. The truth teller in the building. The pressure bringer in the building. If you rockin' with Pac, make some noise. Yeah, if you got them receipts, put it on the floor. If you got that truth, put it on the floor. If you rockin' with Lou Pac, put it on the floor. Hey. One time for the realest, bitch. 2 times for the coldest, bitch. 3 times for the bossed up, bitch. Fuck it up. Yeah, that's Lou Pac, bitch. 1 time for Lou Pac, bitch. Let's go. 2 times for Lou Pac, bitch. That's right. 3 times for Lou Pac, bitch. Fuck it up. It's Lou Pac, baby. Walk in, whole room in a G-shift. Truth talk heavy, she don't ever miss. Stand on facts, yeah, she stand on 10. When Pac touch down, pressure step in. Spotlight glow when she hit that live. Whole chat lit when she drop that vibe. No fake love, only real ones roll. Loop, I run the scene, that's how it goes. Clock that T receipts on site. Drop one post on that ignite. Talk that truth, she don't play nice. Put it on the floor, expose that light. Go Loop, Pac, go Loop, Pac, go Loop, Pac, go. Put it on the floor, Pac, put it on the floor. Time for the realest, bitch. 2 times for the coldest, bitch. 3 times for the bossed up, bitch. Fuck it up. Yeah, that's Lou Pac, bitch. 1 time for Lou Pac, baby. 2 times for Lou Pac, baby. That's right.
All right, y'all. I'm back. I told y'all I wasn't gonna be gone long, so I just had to pee. Okay. Let me see. 19 more. Thank you, Nene. Yes, y'all. Hit that like button too. We got 489 in the building. We had 525, but y'all know when you got people that don't really support, they will leave out your chat just because you go into the bathroom, okay? So they're gonna be back though. They want to hear what I gotta say. So they will be back, child. That is so weird to me. Like, damn, y'all can't wait while I go pee. Woo, Ooh, child, the internet is so weird, bruh. But it also shows that, people don't support you for you. They support you just for what you have to offer. Okay? You got to recognize when you a blogger, it's a lot. It's a lot, y'all. Some of these people be really, really weird. Hey, authentic young lady. Yes, let's say truth tellers, period. But yeah, that don't you say, does she know the meaning of stalker? That will not be considered like at all because there's nothing legally binding when it comes to her and Queen Steph. Okay? No. Just because you say she stalks and harasses you does not mean it's a true statement. That's how you feel. That's why when I can't take lie detector test serious because if y'all know anything about lie detector tests, if you feel that is what is going on, then it goes off of what you feel. It don't necessarily, if you feel it's true, then it's true, right? To you. But that don't mean it's an actual truth. Like, child, that won't hold any weight, I promise you. At all. It will not hold any weight. But let me see. Oh, thank you, Miss Melanie. Thank you, my love, for that magenta firework, baby. Shout out to you. Thank you for the support. I appreciate you. I appreciate all of y'all. Y'all already know the vibes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, No More Drama, for that. What color is that? That's like not forest green. It ain't a regular green. I would say not even teal. Whatever green, whatever. We're just gonna say green. Thank you for that green firework, my love. Thank you, Miss Michelle, for that green firework. Period. Hey, sunshine. The run the scene. That's how it go. Oh, yeah. I'm reading y'all quoting. Exactly. Let's say ain't no Pampers over here, baby. Okay, we ain't wearing no Pampers. I no, not Pampers. Maybe a little thong, but not a pamper. Maybe some little boy booty shorts, but not a pamper. All depends. Okay, we get up and go piss. We go clear that bladder out. Thank you so much. She's gonna have to learn the hard way. Yep. And unfortunately, and that's the sad part about it. It's like the people on the internet ain't gonna be with you. When you haven't, if she actually hits rock bottom, these people won't be with you. They won't be with you. They won't be paying your bills. They won't be doing none of that. You would think the smart thing would be her talking to the fathers of her kids that she chose to procreate with and getting it right. Getting it right. And getting it right ain't you playing victim or, because she played a role in this also. It's not just the men. I can't stand it. That's why I say I prefer to be fair than to be one-sided. Both parties, all parties played a role in all of this toxicity. Okay? But you can't victimize yourself in it and think that it's going to be a good outcome. They ain't going to ever have positive co-parenting when it comes to these babies who don't deserve the toxicity. If, people can't take accountability, right? So it's just a sad situation all across the board. All right, let's finish reading, y'all. Thank you again, show enough. Thank you to everybody supporting, hitting the like button, throwing them fireworks. I appreciate y'all. Okay, so we are on this page and it says, have primary physical custody of plaintiff's children as a wait, let me see. What was the ending? Hold on. Okay, it says any documents or other evidence showing or tending to show that you should have primary physical custody of plaintiff's children as opposed to plaintiff having primary physical custody of his children with him, as well as all documents or other evidence showing or tending to show that plaintiff should only have visitation less than liberal or extended visitation with his children. That's how y'all know he going for the gusto. That statement right there. So that's why I say don't confuse us saying he's going to win full physical custody or, her being neglectful or whatever. Don't confuse us saying that with us saying he's going for it. That's our opinion based on the paperwork. Okay? Because according to this paperwork, like I told y'all, I got a little legal expertise. No, I ain't no lawyer. No, I ain't went to law school. I have worked in the court system, so I know a couple things. Okay. I've seen things through experience, right? He's going for the gusto. He's going for it. They don't typically, y'all wonder why people keep saying, well, why RH attorney didn't ask for all of this? Or why RH attorney didn't do all of this for him? This is different. And if y'all remember, RH had a different attorney at first. He had a female attorney for the divorce decree. Now it's a male. So it's a different situation. And RH was married to her. Johnell was not married to her, y'all. So it's going to be different, right? It's going to be different. But Johnell is going for the gusto. He going head first, all in behind his cheering. And it doesn't negate or take away from RH's fight. Because like I told y'all, these are two different men. They two different men, two different type of approaches. And when we read off the paperwork for RH, it literally said without prejudice. So that's them letting the courts know, hey, we're going to refile this. Okay, we're going to refile this and approach the other stuff differently. That's why that case is still open and pending. That's why it hasn't been closed with all of this time that has passed. If it was over, dismissed, it will be closed. It wouldn't still be open and pending. Okay? But yeah, you could tell by that statement. The attorney is literally saying, let me see something, show me some type of document or proof why the kids deserve to be with you physically full time, opposed to the plaintiff, my client, Johnell. He ain't playing. He ain't playing. And this is where she has the opportunity to do her big one. Since she want us to be fair, because she said in her live, why y'all don't speak on my wins? Thank you, Danette. Hey, Danette, sister. I didn't even see you come in. Thank you, my love. Don't put words in Lupac's mouth. Exactly. Don't do that. I can't stand when they do that because I'm fair over here. I don't even support her and I'm still fair. I don't drag her. I don't call her out her name and I'm still fair. And I don't support her behavior at all. I could be like others. I ain't gonna say no names, okay? Because we don't do that here. But I could be like others. You know, some people drag shut up, Pop. But we fair over here. We ain't doing that. That's not the purpose of my content, is to educate, entertain, inform, and for us to have grown up dialogue, real conversations. I'm not over here to drag nobody, defame nobody, or harass or do none of that stuff. This is literally a business for real. This is a business for real. And I'm pretty sure the other bloggers take their business serious as well. But no, this is, like I said, this is her time to do her big one. All of those receipts she been hinting at, that she been having and holding on to, now you ain't got no choice but to put them out there for the courts, right? Not for social media, for the courts. They calling your bluff. That's what I take from it. They're calling your bluff. See, it's one thing to use receipts to gaslight and manipulate. And when I say that, meaning when people make statements saying, y'all just don't know how much I have on him, or y'all don't know how many receipts I got, or I ain't even put out everything that I got, so you should be thanking me. And that's gaslighting and manipulate. But when you get a baby daddy that's saying, okay, you're not finna blackmail me or try to intimidate me with whatever you think you have in your phone, I'm gonna call your bluff. Bring them all here. Put them right here on this court table. Put them all right here and let's go through them. That way, once we go through them, we can dad that. Let's show the courts what you think you have. That's what this paperwork is saying. I want everything, even from before you was even with me. Because remember, in Johnell's live, he said that he's witnessed setups. Where I gotta find that receipt. Hold on. I'm gonna go back to this. I want to read y'all because he put this in his comments. Hold up. Hold on. I seen this. One of y'all sent this to me. He put this in his comments. Let's see. Hold on, y'all. Let me find it. He said, let me see. Let me see. That's not it. What is this? Okay, hold on. Let's see. Walter. Hold on, y'all. I'm looking for it. And I just seen that receipt too. Where you at? Okay, that's not it. He said, damn, where is that comment? Mm-mm. Is this it? Nope. Hold up, y'all. Okay, I found it. Oh, child. He said, this was under that video he did, y'all, where he did, when he had the blue on his interview, him interviewing himself or telling his side of the story. He put in his comments, he said, and this is what I told y'all has been going. Oh no, this was under whenever he posted that voice note of that that crazy girl. Don't put her name in the chat, Lord. She like Freddy Cougar, okay? Not Freddy Cougar, the what's his name? The one with the bees. Candyman. Don't say her name, child. She gonna pop up. He said, and this is what I told y'all has been going on for the last 3 years. Blackmailing setups, setting up crimes, and hiding hands. Narratives and false allegations. Protect yourself, guys. Peace. So he put that in the comments. Okay. So to me, that spoke volumes when he said that. He witnessed a lot. He witnessed a lot. And at one point, he was a part of it. He was a part of the antagonistic game, right? But they quick to say, oh, well, y'all didn't forgave him already. Da-da-da. It's not for us to forgive. He didn't do anything to us. Or H forgave him. And that's on him and his heart. That's the type of person he is. Okay? We can't get mad at one man for forgiving another man if that's how he moves when it comes to his morals, values, and integrity. If anything, I can actually praise and applaud him for forgiving because it shows his heart. It shows the type of man he is. So how can people be mad at that? I'm trying to understand. Like, that's maturity. That's growth. That's what you call maturity. Even the ones saying, "Oh, y'all praising two bitter baby daddies going against their baby mom." Oh, we literally witnessed for years everybody going against RH. Now that the last two baby daddies got something in common, it's a problem. You got to make it make sense. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. You can't call it out on one side, but then be blind, oblivious, or quick to ignore when it's happening on the other end. So it was okay for her, Sleepy, at one point to team up against RH, and then her, Sleepy, and Johnell to team up against RH. And now that it's her and Sleepy versus RH and Johnell, it's a problem. How is that uneven? It's 2 against 2. What's the problem? What's the problem? So we're going to act like it's only bitterness when it comes from the men? I could have swore that the term bitter was the bitter baby mama was derived from the woman, not the man. You don't hear nobody saying bitter baby daddies that often. Yeah, it gets said, but it's more often than not, it's in the mom, or it comes from the woman side, child. Because men are quicker to move on than women are, emotion wise. That's a whole nother different conversation, but it's the truth. Is it true? How y'all mad at these men for being mature? Because they shouldn't have been beefing in the first place. And I showed that because somebody even said, well, I just don't like the fact why they waited. It's given setup, it's given whatever. Because why they wait till she broke up, or they broke up, her and Johnell broke up to want to be cool. Well, if y'all paying attention, I literally showed a text message that Dawn dropped. Shout out to Dawn, where when she was with Johnell, she was pissed off at Johnell because Johnell didn't want to have problems with RH. She was mad because she said Johnell shouldn't have been praising RH or calling him a king or whatever. Or saying, she said it make it seem like RH didn't do nothing to her and like she's the bad person. I showed y'all that text message. So that even messages where she was laughing about Johnell posting certain things to antagonize RH. So I'm confused. There is a middle person, basically. She's the middle person. She's the what you call it? Common denominator. Because if men could get cool after the breakup, I don't look at it as, oh, it's a setup, or no. I look at it as maturity. I look at it as moving forward. Because at the end of the day, all of these kids are siblings. They're gonna have a relationship. They're going to have a relationship. So the parents are supposed to be getting along. It ain't nobody's fault that she can't get with the program. Okay? Like, she's literally accusing these men of harassing her, stalking her, abusing her, all of these things. But y'all say the men are the ones that are the problem, or that can't get it together, when she's still throwing out these allegations when these men ain't even with her no more. She literally just said on her live last night that she moved away to get away from her abusers and to get her kids away from them because of them stalking, harassing, and putting her address out on social media. Something that none of us has even seen. I'm trying to see where the proof at. Because somebody would have sent that to me. Had one of these men posted her address, it would have came to me. And I would have said that's wrong as hell. I would have called it out. Because no man should be posting their baby mother's address on social media. And that's a fact. That's not cool. Because the kids do stay there. So that's the reason why I think they wouldn't do it. Okay? And you can't fault them for what other people are doing, because that's what it's given. anytime a blogger or a supporter say something, she's blaming it on these men, and that's not going to fly in courts. That's not going to fly because they can't control what bloggers and supporters say and do. Ain't no puppet strings. But we're going to see how that's going to work out. But like I said, that's not cool at all. We're going to see how that's going to work out though. But yeah, that wasn't child, that's the worst thing she could have said last night. That is the worst. And you know, some, because of their limited mental capacity, would say, oh yeah, girl, you was right in moving to get them away from those abusers and da 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 da. There is nothing in court record that states she can move away to get them kids or keep them kids away from the fathers because of abusive behavior and da 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 da. Ain't no court document stating that. None. Child, listen. But we gonna see. And then they wonder why they be so confused when court documents drop and certain things are being said in the documents. They wonder why they be lost in the sauce and confused. Stop going off of word of mouth and go get them receipts for yourselves. Or look at those receipts. When y'all see me reading this chat on the screen, pay attention, okay? That way everybody can get their own interpretation of what's on the screen. So nobody can say Pac be over here lying to y'all. Because I don't have no reason to lie behind other people's business, okay? This ain't even got nothing to do with me. I'm just a blogger, a content creator. I have no reason to lie on Brie or LaTruth. I present the receipts and I give my opinion or my perspective based on the receipts. That's it. That's all. It's up to you to, do your own research as well. Some choose to not do it. They go off of, what other people saying, and that's on their body. But at the end of the day, I would, as an adult, if I don't see the receipt for myself, I would, hold it with a grain of salt. I would hold it with a grain of salt if I didn't see it for myself. Thank you, Sunshine. Thank you, my love. Thank you, April. You say, hey, Pac and Chat. I remember here, Ja make a promise to his daughter that she will not grow up to be like Brie or something like that. He probably did say that. I could have sworn I heard him say that too on that was it that interview? Was it that interview? It was it probably was on his tell-all, on his, him giving his side of the story. I think he said it on there. But I know he did say something on that interview, that last interview that he did. Let me see. Okay, let's get to the bottom. Hey, Miss Cynthia. Queen Cannabis. Who is Queen Cannabis? I didn't see nobody by that name. They got somebody here named Queen Cannabis? I didn't see it. Thank you, Mondu. She said, hey, Pac and Chat, people want to point out that CCs aren't going after JXY, but fail to acknowledge the serious things that he's speaking of. Exactly. And that's the part I can't get with, because it's like, you can't skip over or only try to hold one party accountable when these are her kids. Imagine somebody saying, hey, such and such, this man did this to my child, that to my child, this to my child, that, and you stayed with that person. And you stayed with that. So when y'all wondering, oh, she looking out for him by withholding the receipt, y'all really think if Brie had something really, really bad on Johnell, especially at this point, that she gonna withhold it because she looking out for him? We talking about somebody that's very impulsive, that when it came to her husband, talked under his clothes, drug him for filth, put out his bank records, doxed him, posted his address, all of that. Y'all really think that if she had something like that, that wouldn't incriminate her? Because here's the gag, right? When it comes to these alleged other receipts that she claims she has, there is no way that she can put it out without incriminating herself. Because we've literally watched these people on record on social media, because she posts all of her business, go back and forth in these relationships. Broken up, back together. Broken up, back together. Broken up, back together. And all you got to do is put those receipts in the midst of this timeline. So if there was any reconciliation after an alleged incident, it does not make, well, it still make him look bad too if it happened, but it makes her look bad. That's why I say her receipts are her downfall. Because if you were anywhere in the vicinity of things happening to your kids, you are considered accessory, especially if you reporting it after the fact. There's no winningness for her when it comes to receipts of alleged child abuse or whatever. If you stayed in a relationship with that man, with accused party, y'all gotta make it make sense. Stop trying to make people call out certain things, but y'all are ignoring, because that's not how it works legally. You don't get a pass just because you're likable. The courts don't operate like that. If you had some sort of involvement, you would be considered accessory. That's not how the courts operate. And that's why I try to, run my platform based on how the courts would move. You don't just get a pass. So, no, we're not going to just discuss his part. We're going to discuss it all. Y'all don't get to project y'all unfairness off on us, because y'all want to hide and act like she didn't do certain things, and we supposed to just call out what he did or whatever. No, how about we put it all on the floor, just like how his lawyer is asking for it. Y'all don't think he discussed all of this with his lawyer before this paperwork was drawn up? All of this was discussed. Everything that he has. And guess what? The good thing about an attorney, they are required by law to maintain silent when it comes to their client, right? Just like a psychiatrist. They are required to hold your secrets, even if it's incriminating. Even if it's incriminating, it's certain laws that protects them, right? So Johnell had to very well be honest and tell his part also. He got to tell what he did too. Most lawyers will tell you, I don't want no surprises. Here is the time to tell me everything from A to Z. Don't leave B, D, E, C. Don't leave none of that out. Because I can't protect you, just like how we as parents tell our kids. I can't protect you if you lying to me. I can't help you if you lying or withholding information. That's just how attorneys move. Or psychiatrists. I can't get to the root of the problem if you're withholding or holding back. We can't break this trauma down if you're not telling me all of your trauma. Whether it's embarrassing or not, run it. That way we ain't got no surprises when we go in front of the judge. So that's why I'm kind of on the fence when it comes to what she said last night. That, oh, you dumb because you don't think, now I gotta show all of the stuff I didn't put out on social media. Now I gotta show it all. You dumb because now they gonna really see what you did. And I'm like, well, damn. Well, if she knows that, then he knows that. So who in their right mind would literally put themselves in that type of situation unless in their mind they believe in it ain't nothing, or it's not what that person is alleging? Because when you think about Johnell's video where he put it on the floor, he said that wasn't true. He was like, I've never beaten a woman. I've never beaten a child. He said that in that video. So now people are going to get to see what really happened. People going to get to see it. Whatever she got in that phone is now is the time to let it loose to the courts. And it's going to be exposing. It's going to be very telling on both sides. Both sides, of course, based on what is submitted, right? This going to be a make or break moment. Vindication or exposure. One of the two, child. All right, so let's get back to this. Because we've been on here 2 hours, y'all. And y'all know I don't like to make my lives too long. Because I be wanting people to watch the whole live, child. You said, Pac, did you hear on the live? She said she threw a sectional and it was not seen on the video, that the video is edited. No, but I did hear her say that she said he lied and told the police that she threw a sectional and she was going to sue him for defamation. But I seen the statement and that wasn't in it. Okay, so we just going to leave that there. Because she did say the video was edited and that she gonna sue him for defamation when all of this is over. So I'm like, you do know that people can't just put anything in their statements. Like she went to jail because Johnell had a video of her being destructive. That's why she went to jail. It wasn't because, oh, and no. They seen what she did via video and they arrested her. It does not matter how she spin it or put it. She showed up unannounced to his home. Let's say this, even if it were a text message, even though we know it's not because it was stated that he was ignoring her, right? He wasn't answering, he wasn't responding. But let's say hypothetically, if there was a text message where he said, come to my house, bring the kids or come get this or whatever. And then she go over there cutting up still. She still gets in trouble. They don't consider because he invited you over. If your actions, if you still go over there and cut up, you still go to jail. Regardless if you're invited or not. I'm just speaking hypothetically, but she went to jail because of her actions. That's it. That's all. What they said in the paperwork is what happened. It was on video. Whether the video was edited or something was left out or whatever. Once you go to someone's home and show your ass, you get in trouble. Okay? If police are called and there's video proof, y'all gonna see. Because that's all that's gonna come out, child. All that's gonna come out gonna be included, I'm sure, when they gonna go to court. That's gonna be included. All right. And if you was in my members only, then you know what time it is. Because I read the paperwork to y'all. But you got to be a member to know that. Okay? So, they can't just tell us anything over here. Shout out to the Pac Squad because we see the receipts. We go off of the black and white, not word of mouth. Because when you're going off of someone's word of mouth, 9 times out of 10 is human nature for a person to not tell what incriminates or makes them look bad. True accountability is not a person saying, oh, I shouldn't have did that or I knew better. True accountability is putting it on the floor and saying, oh, yeah, I tore his shit up. I pulled up unannounced. I was beating the door down. That's different. It ain't bottling it all up or generalizing it and just putting out a broad statement. Oh, I shouldn't have did that. What is that? Oh, I knew better. What did you know better about? Without a but. Without including another party, right? That's what true accountability is. All right. So let me hurry up so I can try to get off this live because I don't want it to be too long, y'all. What part did we stop off on? But like I said, the lawyer literally said on which one it is? Hold on. On number 22 of the paperwork, The lawyer literally asks for any documents or other evidence showing or tending to show that you should have primary physical custody of plaintiff's children as opposed, meaning, opposed to him having opposed to plaintiff having primary physical custody of his children with him, as well as all documents or other evidence showing or tending to show that plaintiff should only have visitation less than liberal or extended visitation with his children. That's why I said this is where she gets to put it on the floor. Everything she been alleging on social media, receipts and things she say she didn't had, and she's withholding for certain this is her moment. This is her moment to shine in the courts. Okay? This is her moment, y'all. All right. So let me see. Number 23, all documents, photos, emails, videotapes, or any other evidence showing or tending to show defendants, which is her, she's the defendant's actual activity or romantic involvement with any men or women since January 1st, 2022 through the date of this trial. And let me explain that because, somebody was in my comments on my last live saying that's unnecessary. No, it's not. No, it's not. And the reason why it's not unnecessary is because this man said on video that he literally has proof of her sending inappropriate pictures, half naked pictures, even with the child, one of the children, with RH's child included, to marry not married, well, a child, I don't know, to a married deacon or pastor, whatever he said. That's why that line, that's why number 23 is there. So they basically saying we already have the proof. We just want to see if you gonna submit it. If you gonna give us what you got. We already know, but we calling your bluff. We pulling your big toe. Okay? They know. Johnell already know. He has a lot. He has a lot. What is this? Oh, child. Okay. So, yeah, that's very much necessary because this is why people got to do their research or educate themselves before speaking prematurely on certain things. Having multiple actual partners around very young, impressionable kids is a form of neglect. It is definitely a form of neglect. Because why? Why? Kids are being raised. You're putting them in situations, especially y'all, strangers. Why do people think you hear women say, "Oh, I don't even have a man around my child until I've been dating them 6 months or a year, or I have multiple actual partners or people I'm dating around my." Like, who does that? That's putting your kids in harm's way because you don't know these people. Predators, y'all know why I'm saying it like that, sometimes will target a woman just for the kids. Just for the kids. They don't want the mama. They want the young girl or the young boy. That's why you got to be careful. And no, it's not a good thing to have multiple actual partners around your kids in your home or anything like that. That can be used against you, which is why that excerpt is in here. For documentation to show, if she's had multiple partners. And child, listen, just alone, if y'all remember, Dawn put that out there. So for the ones that's questioning it, a lot of these receipts already done came out. Y'all don't remember where Dawn literally posted the text messages that Bree sent her, where she had to tell 3 men at one time, "I can no longer talk to you. I can no longer talk to you. I disrespected my boyfriend and my relationship." Like, y'all don't. Matthew, Carlos, and I think was it Dontrell? Dawn put that out there. So those text messages, and that was since what, 2023? That's why I say Johnell is not playing. That man playing chess. He ain't responding to none of y'all. You don't see him in nobody comments trying to defend his name or on nobody's platform, getting on nobody's live. That man fighting the right way in court because he does have PR and management. He's doing it the right way. How do you fight someone who has the internet on lock, who weaponizes her platform? Legally. Because guess what? Certain things fly on social media that will never fly in court. That's how you fight someone who has the internet on lock. And what her supporters fail to realize is that everything done against this man will be used against her in court because she is the root. That's why the saying goes, you cut off the head of the snake. You go for the head of the snake. She is the root. Okay? They don't care about supporters and bloggers and stuff like that. No. Because guess what? Had she not said certain things that she say on social media, these men wouldn't even be getting this backlash. They wouldn't be going through what they're going through publicly if she don't come out here and tell their business. So that's why you fight people like that in court. And he's doing just that. He's showing why he said, you ain't finna do me like your ex-husband. Okay? He's showing it. For them to say Johnell is so broke, he wasn't that broke to where he couldn't afford an attorney. You got a little coin somewhere. You got a little coin, okay? A little coin to fight, to get that attorney, baby. Sure did. She sure did say that, Tyrese. One coming in the front, the other one leaving out the back. The friend said that. That's the crazy part. All right. So what number we stopped off on, y'all? Let me see. Okay, number 24. Y'all, this is so telling. Number 24 says any documents, photos, tangible objects, or other evidence showing or tending to show that plaintiff has not or will not provide a stable, clean, safe environment for his children at any time the children are within his custody or control from the date of your children's birth through the date of trial of this action. Wow. All right. Number 25, any and all documents and any other evidence showing or tending to show that the plaintiff has not taken every opportunity to develop a close relationship with his children or showing or tending to show that the plaintiff has abandoned his children or his opportunity to develop his relationship with his children at any time through the trial of this case. And this is where that's going to get her. Let me tell y'all why. They're in her physical custody. All he can do and all he got to do is ask for them. That's it. That's his proof right there. His proof is him asking for his kids because she's the one who maintains physical custody right now. So she can't say what she say on social media to the courts. She can't go in the court saying, oh, he don't want his kids or he just want them for content like she did RH, right? She can't say that. The only proof he needs for that one right there is showing text message proof or email proof like the parenting app, the wizard and all of that. Because I keep seeing people, and let me correct this too, via black and white. Because I keep seeing people saying he did this to himself with the no contact order. Members, y'all already know, because y'all know we read all of this, right? I literally did a live on this. When I got their paperwork, whenever I got it. But according to the black and white, the bond conditions of that criminal case, the contact is supposed to be third party via her attorney. So he is allowed to contact her via her attorney because kids are in the midst. And child, I didn't even need to hear that or see that to know that there is not one judge in the history of niggerdom that will cut off all contact between two parties where kids are in the midst. The only way that happens is if they don't have kids together. But some type of contact via third party has to be established when the two parties share children. And said third party is her attorney. It's in the paperwork. So no, he didn't do anything to himself. And no, that's not limiting or prohibiting him from seeing his kids. She is. That's why she keep telling y'all he did it to himself. Okay? Because he could still be getting the kids as we speak via third party, setting something up with her attorney. If y'all remember, she said on live, he keep calling her attorney. Y'all know why? Because that's who he's supposed to call. But that wasn't put out there. Okay? I'm telling y'all. And I shouldn't have said nothing because that was members only content. That's why I say y'all got to get that membership to get the real tea. But anyways, let's keep going, child. Let's keep going. Because so people can stop that narrative that he did this to himself and he won't see him until they go to court, which is true because she's not allowing him to see them. We got to stop that D-beat narrative with men that are actually trying to be involved. D-beats don't try to be involved. They don't put no effort. And it's real sad because it's a bunch of grown women with way more experience because they grown, probably have children or even sons that then went through something similar or something period with a baby mama or a baby daddy if you got daughters, whatever. But it's real sad that they would literally put the D-beat jacket on these men when these men are trying. How, Sway? Being a D-beat is not a word of convenience. You can't pick and choose when you're going to use that word. No, it is what it is. If they're D-beats, they won't be putting no effort, not paying for no lawyer, and you don't get to put the narrative that, oh, they just doing it to do content with the kids. What man y'all know gonna go out their way to pay a lawyer? Lawyers are not cheap. Just to get kids to do content with them. Like, we gotta make that narrative needs to be deaded, okay? And even if they do, these are their kids just as much as they're the mother's kids. That's where a lot of people get it confused. They think because in most situations, parental situations, because the mother holds physical custody, right? That the mother some type of way owns the kids and what goes on with them. That's not true. The fathers are just as much responsible for the kids as the mothers are. Meaning the mom does not hold more weight just because the kids live with her physically. That's why when they break down the child support, they break it all the way down. The mom's income is included because both parties are financially responsible for these kids. And when I go live again, I want to talk about, because I've seen people saying, oh, he ain't paid no child support. That hasn't even been established yet. And no, that's not an excuse for him not to send anything, but I want to know how people feel about that. Seeing as how the kids aren't legitimized yet and she's keeping the kids from him, Should he be sending child support now, or should he wait till everything is done within the courts? And I want honest opinions. Don't put it now, y'all. We're going to talk about that in the next slide, because I want honest opinions about that, right? And the reason being is because I feel strongly about kids being weaponized or alienated, but the mom still requesting child support, as if you making him pay for his children. Like, you got to pay me to see them. I don't know. We're gonna talk about that on another line. But I see people saying that, like, he ain't sent no money, or he should be paying child support. And it's like, well, if she's on live stream saying he don't have no rights to these kids, and she don't have to let him see him and this and that, he don't have to send her no money either. So you got to call it out on both ends. Y'all got to start being fair. And I'm not talking about y'all, my people, okay? I'm just saying in general, like, we got to be fair. You can't allow her to say certain things like, oh, you don't have no rights to these kids. I don't have to let you see them if I don't want to, or I'm going to wait till we go through the courts before I let you see them, but then expect for him to send money. That's kind of like, what? I don't know how to feel about that. Because I know if it was me, I don't do stuff like that. I don't withhold my kids from their dad. Like, baby, you can get them anytime you want, okay? I don't care what we got going on. Take your children. Because those relationships are not equivalent to the parental child relationship. That's totally different. All right, where we stop? I think I read this one. Oh, no, I didn't. So number 25 says, any and all documents and any other evidence showing or tending to show that the plaintiff has not taken every opportunity to develop a close relationship with his children, or showing or tending to show that the plaintiff has abandoned his children or his opportunity to develop his relationship with his children at any time or times through the trial of this case. He got proof of that. And this is why, for the ones who be saying, why do you keep putting the camera in the kid's face? Guess what? All of that will be used as evidence in court. She can't say, oh, he's never been there, because that's not what these videos say. All of these videos Johnell is showing online where he's been there since he was with her when she had the babies in the delivery room. If y'all remember, she posted the post where he had the surgical outfit on, the little blue outfit they make you put on with the blue hat, the gloves, the shoe covers, and she even made a post thanking him for being there every step of the way. The same thing she did when she had Momo. She made damn near the same post, thanking her husband for being there every step of the way. Okay? So we can't keep using the excuse, oh, I put him on a pedestal, because nobody's forcing her to make these posts about these men when they doing the damn thing. Ain't nobody forcing her. This a grown woman. And y'all know how I feel about that. When you take everything from the woman, it makes us look weak. Like men control our minds. Like we don't have a mind of our own. We just some flunky robots. No. Hold the woman accountable. So, I think my baby's home. Hold on, y'all. Let me go open the door. 1 second. All right, y'all. My bad. My oldest son went open the door. My baby's is back. All right. So let me see where we at. Yeah, but like I said, he got proof, y'all. He posts all the videos. Notice he keep posting it and they like, why you posting old videos? They not that damn old. Like he literally seen, I think it's been what, 30 some days since he seen them. The children ain't nothing but a year old and some months. They acting like the babies is 6 or 7 and he posting from when they was 2 and 3. Come on now. They so quick to run with that D-beat narrative. Like it just shows the toxicity. Number 26. Wait, what did I read? This one 25. Okay. Yeah, he never abandoned his children. You can't keep kids away from the father and then call them D-beats and acting like they don't want to be there. Imagine you making it hard for them at every which way possible, but then telling social media, I've never keeping kids, or I don't speak bad about the fathers in front of the children. Johnell already didn't expose that too. The conversations that are had in front of the kids. That man got some shat, y'all. That's the one they got to worry about. Okay? He got some shat. Okay? So, number 26, any and all documents or other evidence showing or tending to show your entitlement to or the amount of any attorney's fees or litigation expense you have incurred or expect to incur in this action, as well as the basis of an amount of any attorney fees that you expect to be awarded or reimbursed in this action. That's not gonna happen. They very rarely, seldomly reimburse attorney fees or give off attorney fees to the defendant or the plaintiff, whatever. They very seldomly reimburse it because you the reason why we here. You the reason why we here. You the reason why I had to take you to court. So how dare you ask me to pay for your lawyer fees when we could have handled this like grown adults? Okay? All right, so let's go to the next page. Number 2. Okay, yeah, we did 26. Let me remove this. Hold on, y'all. Y'all, please keep the other bloggers out of the comments, y'all. I don't be wanting to feel like I'm telling y'all what to do because, like I said, we get held responsible or accountable for things done on our platform. I prefer to keep the other bloggers away because I can hold my own. I can hold a live stream without having to drag other bloggers, as y'all can tell. Okay, so I hold firm to that I can do content without having to mention another blogger. Period. Over here, I don't need to drag another fellow coworker to get some views. I can stick straight to the content. So please, y'all, keep them people out the chats because all that do is we already got those bushwatchers that come over here just to go back to repeat what's being said over here to keep the drama going. Okay? So that's why I tell y'all that. That's exactly why. All right, let's go to the next page. Let me see. Okay, hold up. Let's see if his daughter. Oh yeah, they'll do that. They'll definitely do that. We're gonna break that down in the next live, Red. They do that. I've seen it too. I have a cousin, y'all, that literally got custody of all 5 of his kids because the mom kept neglecting the court's orders. It wasn't just a one and done situation though. It was where, hold on. Where is this one at? Let me find this one. It was where he had to keep taking her to court for the kids, right? He had to keep taking her to court because every time the judge would give an order for the visitation, she would ignore it. Or she would, use it against him or withhold the kids. So he had to keep taking her to court for that. And then the judge was finally like, since you keep neglecting the court's order, we are now giving him physical custody. And he live in Texas now. He live in Texas with his wife. And the mom lives in Louisiana. Yep. So he got custody of all his babies because of that. People be thinking it's a game. And that's how the courts operate. It has to be constant neglect. It can't be just isolated incidents. He was able to get custody because she kept ignoring the visitation order. Or she was, weaponizing. She was weaponizing and she kept ignoring it. And then the judge, after, so many contempts, the judge gave him full custody. All right. We'll be on 27. Okay, so 27 says all documents and other evidence showing or reflecting or tending to show Johnell Young's contributions, financial or in kind, for the benefit of his children or any of your other children, including but not limited to payments of any debts or expenses associated with the raising of Johnell Young's children, including but not limited to the performance of any household or child rearing chores, included but not limited to cooking, cleaning, bathing, laundry, and or changing pampers or diapers at any time up to and through the trial of this action. Basically showing we want to see how he is with those kids. Is he domesticated? Does he cook? Does he clean? Do we help with homework? Like, yeah, we want to see it all. We want to see it all because things are being alleged, y'all. Things are being alleged. What has he done to also not only help with his kids, but your other kids as well? And that's why they asking for social media posts. Because guess what? Most of these things were put out on social media. Remember, it was being stated of how great of a stepdad he is. So are we not supposed to believe it now because they broke up and now he's being painted in a different light? That's why I say it's like you can't take word of mouth. You have to see the receipts. And even then, because those are actual receipts where now she basically calling her own self a liar. Because if you were in one instance, you saying he was the best stepdad ever and he helped with the kids and he did this and he did that. And now you're saying, oh, he's the worst, he's an abuser. That means you was lying. That means you was lying when y'all was together. I don't know if people realize that, but that makes you not credible. So number 28 says, any and all documents or other evidence showing or reflecting your interest in or compensation or profits derived from any business ventures, companies you have established or joined or become a partner, member, officer, director, or shareholder thereof, or other efforts by you to earn any revenue or income from January 1st, 2022 to the date of this trial. Number 29, all documents or other evidence showing or reflecting your receipt of any funds or monies of any nature from any other person or entity for any purpose, including compensation or gifts from January. Y'all know that part. I'm trying to hurry up and get through it now. Number 30, it says all documents or other evidence showing or reflecting the furnishing of and or payment of healthcare premiums for any of your children from January 1st, 2023 through the date of this trial. That's very specific. That's very specific right there. Notice the date change. It says, including but not limited to a copy of all healthcare policies or plans, any documents breaking down the premium costs of any plans or policies, any provisions or documents showing the number of persons covered, and any provisions or documents showing whether the policy or plan is a family plan or showing any allocation of or the difference between the cost per covered person of each such policy. Ooh, child, listen. Let me see their life insurance. Let me see how much it is for each child. Does the amount change per the age of the child? Let me see all of that. How long are they covered for? Y'all, he ain't playing. And rightfully so. because she's alleged multiple times online, she's doing everything alone, including paying for their insurance. I'm guessing life and health, right? Because it's two different types of insurance. You got life insurance, in the case of, something happened, a person passes away or whatever. And then you have health insurance. What falls under health insurance, overall general well-being, then it's dental, it's vision, mental can fall under that as far as therapy. Once the girls get older, you got the gynecologist, OBGYN, whatever. All of those things, right? All of those things fall under health insurance. So they want to see it all. Since you say you paying all of this, we need to see those documents, right? And that's a lot. 6 kids. Ooh, that's a lot, y'all. Insurance. I know that insurance tearing her ass up. Not so much life though, because it depends on the age. Because life insurance is not that expensive for kids, in my opinion. I guess it depends on who you got it with. Let's see. Where did I stop? Okay, I read that one. Reflecting receipt. Am I still on the right? Okay, hold on, y'all. Document showing. Oh, I read that one. Okay, it's time to go to the next page. That's why I was confused. Like, hold on. I thought I read this. All right, we on number 3. We getting close. We getting close to the end. We got a few more. I'm gonna try to run through them and not do too much breaking down, because I need to start getting ready in a few. Okay, this is the next one. And I done got hungry. All right, so we on number 31, y'all. And 31 says copies of all of your activity on online networking, social media websites, online dating or solicitation sites, personal blogs, public photo sites, and or any similar electronic or internet accounts, including a copy of your Facebook data, if applicable, a download of your Snapchat, Facebook, and Instagram histories, if applicable, a download of your Instagram history via Story Saver for Instagram app. Damn, he know all the hiding spots. If applicable, a download of your Twitter data, if applicable, and any other profile with any available history profile. This is him saying, I want a copy of all of your social medias that you have. A copy of the histories he wants from certain dates, right? To see the things she's been posting online, because as you all know, she has a habit of making defamatory statements on social media via her social media pages against the men she deal with. So they want to see it, because most of these things have been posted and deleted. If it's true, why you don't leave them up? Because remember, she said, sue me if I'm defaming you, sue me for defamation. Well, if it's true, why delete it? Most people don't delete things that are based in truth and facts. You delete stuff when you being sneaky. When people being sneaky and they doing something spiteful or trying to throw rocks and hide their hands, they tend to delete the evidence. Or if they know it's wrong, they delete it. Because other than that, ain't nobody deleting nothing that's rooted in fact or truth. But now they want the history, meaning we want to see the things you deleted too. Okay? All right. It also says, provide a copy of your proposed child support worksheet, all schedules, and all supporting evidence and documents pursuant to the code 19615, as well as all documents and other evidence showing or tending to show or showing the basis for your arrival of the amounts used for your revenue or income, Johnell Young's income, any business expenses used for Schedule B, all documents or evidence used to determine the amounts of any health care insurance premiums for the child for the children, and work-related child care used to prepare Schedule D, including any and all contracts for work-related child care and any potential entitlement to any deviation or adjustment. Hold on. Or special expense you have or may incur in the future for or on behalf of your children pursuant to Schedule E. Ooh, child. I wouldn't be surprised if her lawyer don't try to get this pushed back because this is a lot. This is a lot. Not, but then I don't even know if the court's gonna go for it. I would see if they did try to get it pushed back, that the courts might give them a couple days, maybe a week or something, because here's the gag. This date it was given as an interlocutory hearing, meaning we rushed it. It's kind of like an emergency hearing. Like we rushed this date so that something can hurry up and be put in place for the kids because he's not allowed to see the kids right now. So this was kind of emergency rush hearing. So they gonna move a little differently with that. But being that they asking for so much in 30 days, baby, that lawyer better get to work. Okay, she better get to work. I wouldn't be surprised if she don't charge a little extra because this is a lot that she gotta put together. And Laonya gotta do some work too because the lawyer can't gather all of this. She can only tell her client to turn it over for discovery. Let me see. Number 33, please provide a copy of your proposed permanent parenting plan as well as all documents or other evidence establishing or tending to establish your entitlement to the custody rights asserted by you within the provisions of the plan. Basically, let us get your permanent, your proposed, meaning the parenting plan that she has written up, okay, for the situation. Give us a copy, but we also want to know why you feel like you're entitled to those custody rights anyways. Baby, he's not playing. Okay? He ain't playing. Why you feel like you deserve primary physical custody over these children versus the plaintiff, my client. Show us the reason why you deserve to be the primary physical parent. That's how you do that there in my Master P voice. He ain't playing. This is how you fight someone who weaponizes the internet. You don't fight fire with fire on the internet. You go straight to the courts where it will be fair because they don't play about the kids in family court. They always look for what's in the best interest of the children, not the adults, the kids. Number 34, copies of any and all documents or other evidence reflecting any times you have been arrested, jailed, or otherwise charged with any crime since you turned 17 years of age. The disposition of the charges or any other details surrounding the charges as well. Let me tell y'all why this is interesting. Because, child, listen. I would have thought that because the twins are only a year and some months, and for most of the information in this paperwork, Johnell's attorney is only asking for documentation or receipts or evidence dating back to 2022. With this, he wants her to go as far back as her turning 17 years old until now. Arrest. So it's given to me that, is it a possibility that she's been arrested before or at any time since she was 17? Because when you think about it, remember, they had that situation with that Mr. Barnes man, which she wasn't arrested, but, it still falls under, criminal, I ain't gonna say criminal activity, still falls under some type of her being involved in something criminal, right? Or even her, her filing charges, but they were dismissed. And then you got where her first baby daddy filed a restraining order, stalking order, or it was restraining harassment and something like that. And it was actually given. It was approved for a year. So that's gonna fall under this. That's gonna go into play. You got the nude photo with the ex-husband because she was arrested for that. And then you also have um the latest arrest with Johnell. Now, if any arrests happen in between that, because she could have had some things sealed, right? If she got into any type of trouble coming up from the age of 17 up until now that people have not seen, it could have been sealed because people do get, especially when they become public figures or some type of public status or whatever, they do get their record sealed. So, ooh, child, that's gonna be interesting. That's gonna be interesting. But anyways, let me see. It stopped off by saying, "Are any details surrounding the charges as well?" So he was very specific with that, and we all know why he's asking for that. Okay, we all know why, because you know this is the custody situation, and you're claiming to be the better parent when it comes to having custody over these kids. But why are you getting arrested? Why are you committing criminal acts? That is a form of neglect as well. Why are you committing criminal acts and in the presence of the kids? That one gonna hold some weight. That one is gonna hold some weight because it's family violence. So that one will hold a little weight, y'all. Let me see. But like I said, we're gonna go over. Is this the one I need? 2035. Yeah, we're gonna go over. The different types of neglect and different things like that because I feel like a lot of people don't know everything when it comes to those type of situations. All right. Oh shoot. Dang, I done took the page down. Hold on, y'all. Where did I stop? 35. Okay, here we go. Hold up. All right. So number it says as well as any and all transcripts or audio tapes of any 911 calls made by you or against you involving any elements of domestic violence committed by you or against you from January 1st, 2022 up until the trial of this action. Let me tell y'all why that's important. Because having your kids exposed to continuous acts of domestic V is a form of neglect. This is why I say I feel like, not saying he will get it, but he's going for it. He's going for it because these things are very specific. The lawyer typed this up. This wasn't no preset type of paperwork or typical or a familiar piece of custody request or whatever. This ain't giving it. This giving very specific outline, typed up, discussed prior. Let us get all of this. This is what this is telling me. So yeah, the judges don't play when it comes to kids being exposed to domestic V situations because that is voluntarily done. Meaning that you can choose to remove your kids from those type of environments, especially when you putting it online. When you coming on social media saying, "Oh, this man spit on me, he choked me, he beat me, da da da," and then you get right back in the relationship with him. Then you come back out again when it's mad day and say this again, and then you get back with him. All of that has been made publicly available. Imagine that though, y'all. Imagine not only putting your kids in those type of environments, but telling the world about it. And then you got some supporters who go after the man, like, we're going to just hold him to the fire. But not the mom who's the primary custodial parent, like the one who's responsible for protecting her kids. Y'all are weirdos. The ones who doing it, not y'all, of course. They some weirdos. They're some weirdos because at the end of the day, these kids are not involved in these situations if she's not putting herself in these situations. Period. So Yeah, all of that has to be provided. Any and all. And let me tell y'all something. And my members know this, there are some 911 calls that have not been made publicly available. Okay? So yeah, it's some other calls out there where nothing has been done. Let me just say that. The police was tired. They was tired, baby. But it's some other stuff out there. False made report. Listen. Anyways, let's keep going. Where did I stop? Number 35. Copies of any and all documents, text messages, phone records, emails, or any other form of communications made by you or received by you concerning the whereabouts or welfare of any of your children or about any of your why they repeated that? Or about any of your children, including any portions of the communication that concern any of your children in any way. Let me tell y'all why that's in place. For anybody that has any doubt, right? Remember when Johnell said on his video, y'all gonna stop saying I'm the reason why the oldest son had to move away. No, he said specifically verbatim, that one was knocking on a jail cell. So the answer to, hold on, number 35 is what happened with the babies. What was being done. Remember, Johnell also said you was coming to my house, staying with me, leaving the kids home to fend for themselves. And they was leaving out at all times of the night, getting in trouble, blase, blase. That's why number 35 is there. Because they want to put on Front Street the things that was happening with her other babies. Because that is a form of neglect. Okay? That's why I said they better take this serious because he ain't playing. Because now all of your motherly everything is finna be put on Front Street and exposed. Any and everything that has happened. And I'm thinking that's why she crashed out last night. Okay? Because my thing is, if you don't have nothing to worry about, you ain't got nothing to worry about. You don't have nothing to worry about, you ain't got nothing to worry about. Oh, child. Listen, it's a lot, y'all. The storm is coming. When I tell y'all the storm coming. This is a lot. Wow. And I want to see how they gonna defend some of this stuff. And meaning the supporters. Because it's a lot that, like I say, don't make it publicly that we be privy to. And because we're not here out of malicious intent, we don't expose certain things. But it's given that it's finna come anyways. Johnell ain't playing. And I'm really curious to see how these grown women gonna defend this. Because it's one thing to defend a woman when she's alleging DV, but it's another to defend a woman when things are being alleged about her kids. And she's the mother. So I want to see how y'all gonna defend some of these things. Are y'all still gonna take her side when some of these things hit social media? Or y'all gonna take the kid's side? We're gonna see. We're gonna see. We shall see, baby. All right. What number we on? Number 36. It says, copies of any and all documents or other evidence showing the amount of attorney's fees that you have incurred and the amounts that you have paid in connection with this action from December 2025 through the date of this trial. Number 37, it says, hold on. A current, truthful, and properly completed, signed and notarized domestic relations financial affidavit, as well as copies of all documents or other evidence evidencing your revenue and income, claim, business expenses, personal expenses, and/or debts. All right. Respectfully submitted this 23rd day of April 2026. Okay? Ooh, child. This is why I'm glad I'm not on either side when it comes to this situation. Okay? I was on R8's side. I support the truth, period. But this ain't R8's situation. This is different. Okay? Listen, this is different. So it feels so good to be non-biased in this situation. Non-biased. Because I don't have to defend or feel like I need to defend something that I know is wrong because I support somebody. Baby, listen, it ain't gonna ever give that over here. I don't do that with my own blood relatives. I be damned if I come on the internet and defend bad behavior or something that's wrong and I know it's wrong morally, especially with the way I was raised. We ain't doing that. We're not doing that, period. Because I don't even listen. If I could correct my own kids and teach them right from wrong and raise them to always go to the truth first, I be damn if I'm finna uphold or stand on all 10 behind something that I know is wrong. These people are weird. Period. But anyways, y'all, that was the end of that. I'm finna get up off of here, go eat something, start getting dressed because we going to see Micah. I'm excited. Listen, everybody been saying how good it is, so I need to see. But we will be doing I don't think it's gonna be tonight. It might have to be tomorrow, y'all. What is this? What I said. I knew it. I knew it. So shout out to Johnell. Because Johnell just made a post. I will put it on the screen, but I don't feel like pulling up Facebook. And then the baby's face is in the picture. But he posted a picture where he is literally in the hospital holding the two babies on his chest. And he made a post and said, out of respect for the process. And I'm thinking he making this post because people, these weirdo supporters, have a habit of going in people's comments and bringing up things or trying to get him to, I guess, trying to trigger him into speaking on certain things or calling him wrong or a BAN ninja or just insulting him because he's doing things the right way via the courts. He's not picking on his baby mama. Okay? He's not being a narc about the situation. If he's not able to see his kids, he's doing it the right way, which is legally. That is so weird to me. These people he dragging her through it or did it. What the hell y'all call what she been doing to these men? That is weird. So he said, out of respect for the process, for everyone involved, and most importantly, for my children, I won't be speaking on personal matters online. And that's the best way to do it. This isn't for the internet. This is real life. I'm choosing to move with patience, discipline, and intention through it all. All I ask is privacy and fairness from those choosing to speak on it. Let the focus stay where it belongs, on the well-being of the kids. Pray for me and my family during this time. And day 51 at the bottom of not seeing the baby. Okay? I love that. That's how you are supposed to handle these type of situations. Day 51 of him not seeing his babies. She didn't move to another state and she's accusing the last two baby daddies of being abusers, which is, in my opinion, letting the world know, this is the reason why I'm not letting these men see their kids, even though it's a little different with RH and Momo because they got paperwork already. Okay? Their process is already kind of, what and what. But when it comes to Johnell, there isn't any paperwork established yet. So it's a different ball game. She up and jumped the state and moved And yes, she had the right to do it when it came to him and the babies because they weren't legitimized. They aren't legitimized yet. So he's fighting the best way to fight, which is legally. He's doing it the right way. This is going to be a battle, y'all. This is what you call a custody battle. Right here. And we're going to report on it and we're going to be fair. Okay? No bias, non-bias, because I want to do this. I want to approach this differently because it's for the best interest of the children. Period. So when I get documents and stuff, if I'm not doing it members only, it depends because y'all know most of my court stuff is members only. That's a perk for my members. We're going to be fair. We're going to be fair because we have no vested interest into this anyways. At all. And it's all supposed to be for the benefit of the kids. I love that post he made. That's a post that she, as the primary physical custodial parent, she should be making posts like that. Not him. He don't even have the kids right now. He can't even see them. He trying to protect his kids outside of, they're not even in his presence. She has way more influence on what's going on publicly because she's been here already with the ex-husband. That's the type of post she should be making. If you respect me, if you love me, please not speak on this. But we're going to see what happens. Because one thing we do know is that the courts are definitely watching a lot of this because they are entertainers and influencers. So the courts are definitely watching what's going on social media. We're going to see. We'll see, y'all. But anyways, let me get up off here so I go eat and get myself together. I love y'all. If I do one later, it'll be a nightcap members only live. But if not, it'll be we'll be live tomorrow. So yeah, I'm gonna try to do 2 lives tomorrow since it's Monday. I gotta do I want to do the breakdown of the different forms of neglect and stuff like that when it comes to court and stuff. And I also need to do another Clarissa live to catch up with that because some things been going on over there. But yeah, I'll see you guys later. I love y'all. Thank y'all so much for the support in this live. All of the supers, the comments, the likes, the watching the ads. Hype me up when it's over. I love y'all. If I see y'all in these streets later, I'll see y'all. But if not, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye, y'all.
Y'all know what time it is. The truth teller in the spot. Always bring the facts. Yeah, she make the fake stop. Clearing out the noise. Never let the lie rock. Nope. Say it with me loud. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. Yeah. Wipe them down, pop. It's Lil Park, baby. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. It's Lil Park, baby. Receipts on deck, she gon' air that out. Lil Park, wipe them down. If it's cap in the chat, she gon' call that out. Lil Park, wipe them down. Came with the proof, better watch it now. Lil Park, wipe them down. If it ain't fast, don't come around. Lil Park, baby. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. Lil Park, baby. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. It's Lil Park, baby. She a Louisiana with truth on blast. Lil Park, wipe them down. Received so strong that the lies won't last. Lil Park, wipe them down. When she step in the spot, all eyes on her. Lil Park, wipe them down. Expose real quick, make the face to turn. Lil Park, baby. Who got the truth? Lil Park. Who bring the proof? Lil Park. Hands to the left, hands to the right. Wipe them down. Club lit up all night. Wipe them down. Who got need? She OB. Lil Park, baby. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. Lil Park, baby. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. Wipe them down, pop. It's Lil Park, baby. Truth don't beat, you gon' stand on that. Lil Park, wipe them down. Blocking the trolls, never looking back. Lil Park, wipe them down. Whole crowd move when the name get loud. Lil Park, wipe them down. She the voice of the people and she shut them down. Lil Park, baby. Truth too strong, wipe them down. Pop, pop. Crowds sing along, wipe them down. Pop, pop. From the booth, she a beast, wipe them down. Pop, pop. It's Lil Park, baby. Shut it down.